Oh, fuck it.
You told me everybody was going to be shirtless.
Well,
We were going to do
I
cool
knew
stuff together.
I knew you were
I'll
jacked.
fucking
I was
take
like,
my
this.
I'll take my shirt off.
I
I'm not
figured
looking like that though.
I figured Jack Seth Rose Feroce would get me some views. Look at you, motherfucker! You still look like you're ready for the stage.
No, I was just messing with you. Figured I knew it was going to be you guys have fun, like
What
the Jack retired guys.
Seth, tell me how you look so good in retirement. Are you dieting like super hard all the time? Or are you just taking a lot of T3?
I wish. No, I still got it hanging. Dude, I do a lot of cardio and I eat decently clean every day. Like I have my, small snacks here and there, but I eat pretty darn clean.
Are you doing any kind of like fad diet, like carnivore, keto, like any of that shit?
No, I kind of like busting balls about it and having fun because
Okay.
like the extremists are always a good time just to watch and listen to.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do want to try carnivore one time in my life.
This is why I was
And
asking because I've been looking into it myself.
I just want to see if it's real. Like if like if you actually get all these crazy
The
like I don't
benefits
know,
from
just
it.
all the different feelings from like no
Yeah,
sugar, no nothing.
yeah,
Like 2 weeks in, you're like
yeah,
everybody's like, dude, it's a crazy feeling.
yeah.
I
Well,
kind of just want to feel it.
the reason I was interested in it is this is going to be totally counterintuitive to the common theories that are out there that aren't really factual, I guess.
Yeah.
So there have been a number of people with kidney function issues that have done carnivore and seen their kidneys come back from like stage 4 to stage 3 to stage 2, maybe not all the way back to normal, but even if you go from stage 4 to stage 2, that's like an insane, because most nephrologists, if you see a nephrologist for a while, what they'll tell you is they almost like give up. They're like, listen, it's not going to get any better, so let's just try and keep the number where it's at. So now I'm seeing people doing carnivore and their kidney, when I say number for those people listening, I'm talking about like a GFR, your creatinine numbers, like all the numbers combined, but they're seeing all these numbers get better, even though the common theory is don't eat more protein, when really I think the culprit is sugar.
So we've abused our bodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of like I'm willing to experience I'm willing to try anything at this point because we've done so many wild things.
right.
And we've experienced some of the most insane, incredible feelings and watching our blood work go from like it was good and then it got bad. And we're like, oh man, we got to fix things and got to pull it back. I mean, I'm with you. I'm willing to try anything to see if it works, but I've heard like pretty incredible things from a number of like just people with autoimmune disorders,
Yeah,
the kidney function,
yeah,
and like also just from like a brain function,
yeah, yeah.
like
Well, I think,
people say like much more mental clarity after a
yeah.
few weeks and getting rid of all the garbage in your body. But I mean, I kind of like the garbage. Yeah.
I think the thing I realized though after talking to Ben, because Ben's been doing it for a little while.
Oh,
I
really?
think
Yeah.
I think you guys are onto something.
Seth, you ever seen those things? They're Uncrustables. Have you ever seen them?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I had no idea what they were until Mike turned
I'm
me
on
on
a
to it.
carbivore diet.
He's on
What
the
do you mean you didn't know what an
I had no
Uncrustable
idea.
was?
We didn't have Uncrustables in Canada until like 6 months ago.
They're a phenomenon up here right now.
Yeah, it's like a new
Oh,
thing. So Mike's on like a three Uncrustables a day diet.
I mean, it's once you start, it's hard to stop, dude.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
Uncrustables.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
I just boxed for an hour, so I allow myself to have Uncrustables now. It
Yeah,
all
it's
evens out.
intense cardio. Get the heart rate up. You need to
Yeah.
slow down, recover.
Get that glycogen back in, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
What's better, an Uncrustable or a Pop-Tart?
I mean,
Oh,
you
That's
asking me?
Oh yeah, I'm curious what you guys think because I like Pop-Tarts. I've never had an Uncrustable.
Oh, dude, I'm a peanut butter and jelly fiend. I'm going Uncrustable all day long.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you think the same?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of Pop-Tarts, to be honest.
I don't have them that often, but when I do, I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking good. Like I rarely have them, but if they're in the house and I have one, I'm like, holy shit, why don't I have these more often? It's kind of like one of those things.
Yeah, Hannah keeps it pretty clean. I'm going to say that one of the reasons that I don't have like a really horrible diet is because she don't fuck around, dude. She's always like on top of it with the fruit, like whole foods. And if we do have like processed bullshit in the house, it's usually like some 5 ingredient, breakfast
Yeah.
bar that doesn't bang you up at all. So she's really good at it. She takes care of him.
But you have but you have 3 kids now, so you got to have snacks in the house all the time.
Yeah, but she don't, dude, I'm telling you, dude, she don't fuck around. She doesn't like if there's a bad snack in the house, like some type of ice cream, I stay away from that. But
Yeah.
like even like chips or like the pretzels that I like she's on it because now that SJ's getting older, he's 3 now, and she's starting to, they call them crunchy moms and learning about all the different things at the grocery store, what to eat and what to stay away from.
Yeah.
She's on it. She's like, I don't want a whole lot of bullshit. Like, a little bit here and there is like, dude, the kids are fine. They work out, they do gymnastics, they run, they play.
Yeah.
But she's like, not every day, dude. She's like, no, no go.
Well, going back to the carnivore thing, I was saying that Ben's been doing it. He's been feeling really good. But the thing I learned about it was it's kind of like keto, because I didn't realize that carnivore, you had to still have a lot of fat. So it's still, I thought it was more just, lean. I actually thought it was lean meat. I didn't know anything about it, but it's actually like the more I research, the more I'm like, oh, it's like 50% fat.
Yeah, dude, you follow that Sean Baker, the carnivore MD?
No,
I've seen
He's
him.
like, he wrote a bunch of books. He's like 6'4", fucking 260, like a big fella.
Shredded.
Older now.
Just shredded though.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And I like his content just because he's an extremist, so it's fun to watch. But he eats like 2 ribeyes a day, like every day, 2 fatty ribeyes.
Okay, so that's the part. And then I saw, who Will Tennyson is, right?
Yeah.
Will Tennyson's for those of you who don't know, check out his YouTube channel. He's like a big YouTuber. He does like all these different diets, and he tries all this different stuff as part of his like creator, part of his channel thing. But I was all excited to do it. And I just watched him do carnivore, and he said it was like the worst week of his life. He said he couldn't eat.
He probably had to make it past that hump. He never made it past that hump.
Well, I think part of the problem too is I saw him eating like flank steak, and I'm like, there's no fucking fat in that. Like, you're just eating lean meat. You're not gonna.
Well, think about it. Think about it. Like even us, like trying to grasp the concept.
Is this Sean Baker?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked for like.
Oh yeah.
56 years old. Fuck. I hope I look like that.
Dude, but even trying to grasp the concept for us of like going from eating, we're used to eating like 25 to 50 grams of fat a day tops.
Right.
Down we're dropping to 0 fat days during, it's just ingrained in us to have that mentality. It's like we go like, oh, 0 carbs, 0 fats for, one of these days on a low day. And you're like, dude, that's the dumbest shit. That's not sustainable. But we're not trying to be sustainable. We're trying to get a look. But it's hard for us to even fathom like literally eating chunks of fat.
I know.
Like a whole entire avocado 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, avocado's fine. I love avocado, but like Ben was putting like scoops of butter into his eggs. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah.
Or he's putting butter on his already fatty steak. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I think I can do this. I'm like, but
my problem is the snacking. Like that's like whenever I don't do the wild shit anymore of like looking for like a drugs and alcohol to escape my problems or stress.
That's your problem right there.
Food. It's food.
You need to go back to the drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, back to the drugs, man. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
Listen, I know.
Ditch the food. Go back to the drugs and alcohol. You'll be fine.
Just stop eating the flavored pretzels and pops. Go right back to drugs.
What was the last time you drank, Seth? Like drank?
Like I mean, last time, dude, I probably haven't been drunk in quite some time.
Really?
We drank a bottle of wine over the holidays together, me and a couple other people, a couple other friends. But I mean, I have, a bourbon or a beer here and there, and I like, I like good bourbon and good cigars, but nothing that'll put me in a place where I wake up and I'm just like, ah.
So you don't remember the last time that happened?
Oh, it's been a minute.
I can. It happened on Saturday.
When Iain
Especially for Fouad.
What'd you guys do?
Fouad at breakfast is like this.
Iain will be on in a minute. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I think was that a conscious decision, like health-wise, or was it just like you kind of grew out of it?
No, I mean, right now in my life, it's just busy season with everything.
Right.
And like, if I fuck my morning up and I don't do my cardio, I don't feel really great, dude, it just sucks. But Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute, just been with the mayhem of life. I mean, I usually have like I'll have either a beer or a scotch or two
Yeah.
every Sunday while I'm cooking steaks, but
Yeah, yeah,
nothing that'll fuck my day up,
yeah,
my
yeah.
next day.
And it's funny, you and Mike are both business owners. You probably you're further along than both me and Mike.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah,
further
no, no,
along than me.
no, I don't mean
Like
size. I don't mean size
you guys
wise.
are like together.
I
I'm the
didn't mean
fucking.
I
I'm
didn't
way the
mean
fuck over here.
Or
I didn't
working.
mean
When you
size of the
said
company.
business owner about me, I was like,
I meant more time
what?
wise. I didn't mean size. I mean, Seth is obviously he's got a massive company, but I meant time. How long has it been, Seth? 7, 8 years
Since what?
since you started Axe and Sledge.
We started Axe and Sledge in 18, All American Roughneck in 16.
So you got
So
8 year. No, yeah,
it'll
8
be 8
years
years. It'll be 8 years with AAR.
for the yeah. That's great. Um,
Yeah.
that this is a thing I learned recently. I think it's kind of, I don't know, you learn things, it's like bodybuilding kind of in a way that things kind of come up and you learn all along the way. I thought when I started the business, I'm like, okay, after a few years, I'll get the fuck off for a little while. I don't have to work as hard. It's like, you know what I'm realizing? Every year that passes, I'm in the office more. It's like, so I'm like, where's the part where I get to fuck off for a while? Because I
I
don't think
think
that,
that was a lie they told us.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was like the entrepreneurs that are like, oh, dude, after 3 years, dude, you just get somebody
yeah,
right and you can do your own thing.
yeah.
That's not
No,
how this shit works.
well, because I was recently in the summertime, I was over at Labrada's training.
Yeah.
And I did a podcast with Lee. And Lee to me has like the perfect life. He shows up at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, walks in, says hi to everybody, obviously checks over the business,
Yeah.
makes some lunch, works out. I don't know, fucks off whenever he wants. And I'm like, but that's 30 years later, right? So I'm like, is that what it is? Is it like 20 years down the road I get to fuck off like and do my own thing?
We've been going through some changes here with things, and I'm like, it's hard because you want to be involved in every single aspect of the business. I mean,
Right.
you want to be hands-on in it.
Right.
And we have 41 people that work for us.
Yep.
And I'm like, there's no way I can know absolutely the details of every single thing. And like, in order for us to get bigger and better and further and all that, like, I can't micromanage people. I can't. You
Yeah, well,
cannot. You have to hire people properly, get them up to speed, and then like you hire them for their ideas, their creativity, and their excitement for what you're building together.
yeah.
So that's where we are as a company growing. It's like, dude, I can't micromanage people. We as a company and owners cannot micromanage other people. We got to like
Yeah.
guide them in the right direction and help them and be open for conversation. Cause like, I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to fuck off in like the next 5-10 years.
To me, it's weird. I'm saying it like I want to leave, but it's part of me in the last year has actually learned to appreciate being in the nuts and bolts of it a little bit more. But I will say, what you just said is something you said to me probably before I even started Hostile, or it might have been right around the time I was starting Hostile. You said to me, learn to stay in your own lane. You said something along, maybe I'm paraphrasing. It was something along that line, because at the time you had a couple partners, or you had 3, now you have 2, but you were like, everybody has their role and everybody does their thing. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And when I started, it didn't make sense to me at first. I was like, I want to be involved in every phone call and every fucking meeting. And then it kept like replaying in my head. And I was like, okay, I think he's right. So I pulled back, and it allowed the company to do a lot better. So it's hard to step away when your name is on something, but it's actually better in the long run.
You like to think that you're always the smartest person in the room.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not.
No, it's not you. It's just like a joke. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know everything. I could do this and I could do that. Maybe you could, but like, I just know that like you can't. Like you said, you whenever you stay in your lane and dedicate yourself to it, and then you find people that are really good at things you're not good at.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a team of people. They have to operate as one, as a team together. And it's tough to do because a lot of egos and ideas and creativity can get thrown in there, and like what you thought was going to be good might not be good, and you got to restructure it.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's life. It's fun.
How's Axe and Sledge doing? Good after 8 years? Are you still rocketing to the moon, or what's going on?
Everything is very good. It's wild because like right now we're big on innovating this year because we've been here. This will be our 6th year of business.
Yeah.
So it's We signed Anton, young athlete. You got Sam.
Yeah, the
Signed
19-year-old kid,
Anton,
yeah.
which is super exciting because the kid's got a whole lot of potential, and he's literally, I mean, he's 19. Like,
What's
it's
his last name again?
Ratushny.
Ratushny.
RAT.
I'll guess.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder. I just want
But it's good because we're innovating. We're phasing out a couple of pre-workouts. We're bringing in we're going to have 3 new pre-workouts this year.
Kid's a freak, Seth.
Oh, dude. Hey, dude, seeing him in person.
This kid is a fucking freak for 19.
Bro,
You know what's funny? It's not even for 19. He's just a freak, period.
Like I could not believe how hard he is. Like at 19 years old to be able to get that grainy hard, to have he's got it's not thick, dense muscle, but it's dense muscle.
I can't believe how mad I was at you after I saw that. I saw it. He was with Gorilla Mind. I'm like, I gotta see if I can get this kid on the team. And next thing I know, he's like, Axon Sledge. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I missed it by a minute.
He's such a great kid. He's such a good dude. Yeah. And he's young and excited. I'm like, dude, we took him down to see Mannion because he's here in Pittsburgh, and I was like, dude, you want to go see him so they can help you with your posing, give you a look? Yeah. And they were like, after it was over, we were talking, and they're like, how's that even possible?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's crazy because they see everybody. They've seen everybody over the years, and they're like, still you see something, and it's just mind blowing. And for us, it's also hard to think like us being retired bodybuilders, like now we're the old guys.
I don't like to think that way.
I know.
What's his background?
Who, Anton's?
Yeah.
So whenever he came over here, his parents came over here from the Ukraine whenever he was 14 years old. So yeah, he was 14 years old, came over here, didn't speak a whole lot of English, like barely any. Yeah. And then he got with a buddy over in Jersey because that's where his parents moved. And then he just started.
What are the genetics like on the parents? Are they like freaks and fucking? I don't know.
I haven't seen any.
What did that? How did that get made in a lab?
We all how people are like, oh, there's no such thing as a hyper responder. There's no such.
There is 100%.
I feel like his mom or his dad is just completely jacked and we don't know it.
You know what though? I love this though because people need to understand that genetics are fucking real, and I think. Because it's funny because people will always point to drugs, and I'm like, look, we all know drugs are a thing for sure. It doesn't matter. Like I don't care. But what I'm saying is, you could give the same drugs to somebody else, and that's where the genetics and the work ethic make the difference. But genetics are a fucking real thing. Like that kid's got wild genetics.
It's how like Sam is also like it's unbelievable that he's freaky, that young and looks like he does. They're freaky,
right?
But like seeing him. Like with Anton, I'm like, how is someone this young have such dry hamstrings, dense glutes? It does not make sense.
It reminds me of Iain because Iain had that really, really sharp, like striated muscle at his like very first or second contest.
Really?
So some guys like naturally have that like really thin skin. But it's few and far between, man. It's not fucking normal. And that's not even the part that blows me away the most. I mean, conditioning is something a lot of people can achieve with enough hard work.
Yeah.
It's the way he's put together. Like everything is very proportionate and his structure is incredible.
Well, if these young kids can keep their heads together, that's all I keep telling them. I'm just like, dude, just keep your head together. Keep training. Yeah. Don't let the greatness get to your head. Don't let the fucking haters and naysayers get to your head. Just stay on your path and you will do incredible things.
It's funny. Sorry, it's funny you said that, Seth, because you said we're the old guys, and in this instance, I think we show it, or at least I show it, like through and through. Because what I did notice is these kids, because they're growing up in a social media age, a lot of the stuff that like bothered me or got to me or like affected me, they don't give a fuck. They don't pay attention to the fucking comments. They don't pay attention to they don't fucking give a shit. Like Sam doesn't give a shit. And I'm like he's getting offers thrown at him and he's getting like, hey, you want to come on this podcast? You want to come on that podcast? You want to sign with this company? You want to go to this event? He's like, no, I just want to train. Like he just like wants to work out.
I'm curious, what is he going to school for exactly?
Engineering.
Is he going for some type of engineering?
Yeah, I think it's mechanical. He's finishing up this year.
Bro,
Well, I
mechanical
want to say
engineering
mechanical.
degree.
I don't think it's civil, but I think it was mechanical engineering.
I mean, the fact that he's completing an engineering degree is not easy to do. Engineering's a tough degree to get.
No,
Any
he's a smart kid, but smart is one thing, but dealing with the popularity is a totally
And
different.
he just wants to be a meathead. That's why people love him. He just wants to be a meathead.
It's funny. We were getting we were going to get an Airbnb in Ohio when I went up, and I was looking for like a nice place. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I found this nice place, and they got a boat. It comes with the Airbnb. You can take the boat out on the lake. And he goes, "Oh, is there a cool gym around there?" And I'm like, and I had to catch myself for a minute. I go, I'm 44 years old. This kid doesn't give a fuck about boating. He's supposed to go to the gym. So I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll find us a better place. Like it totally fucking forgot that all like, when you're 20, like you remember it was like you're 21, you could give a fuck about anything except eating and going to the gym.
Yeah, dude, I'd have been like, no, is there like cool breakfast spot
Yeah.
and where's the gym?
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. I want
Yeah,
omelets
exactly.
in the gym.
Yeah, I had to remind myself. I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't care about anything except getting fucking humongous.
Yep. We
So
have a group of meatheads here in the office, and the same thing, like they were like, hey, dude, we found this really cool gym about 25 minutes away. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys have no kids and
yeah,
you're 25 years
yeah,
old.
yeah.
Man, is that fucking cool. Like you
Well,
guys are
because
out hunting down new gyms, and I'm like,
right.
fuck, is that awesome?
Well, because to you, you built your own private gym and you're like, I got everything I want right here. But they're still like looking for the diamond in the
Oh,
rough.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
they found one. They're all pumped about it. They're like, dude, they came back and I was like, how was it? They're like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta come with us. And I'm
You're
like,
like, I don't give a shit.
man, I was like it just has so much nostalgia
I
because
know.
whenever one of them starts taking some shit, or we have one of them that's prepping for the Pittsburgh show, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it
Yeah.
just draws you back into so
No.
many crazy feelings and emotions and excitement. And like, because I mean, that's something that we still crave is
Yeah.
the grittiness of it. Like whenever you get to 6 weeks out, you're like, this is gonna be ugly.
The pain. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be rough. Like,
Well, perfect example. Sam was here last Thursday. Sam came down to shoot some content, whatever. It was the first time at the gym. And Ben came up from Texas. And whenever me and Ben are together, it gets fucking ugly in the gym. I go back to like 25-year-old Fouad.
yeah.
So Sam's there, which is even more, now it's even more heightened because we got this young like kid who's just super fucking hungry. We killed each other. It was like exactly like you said, like, because there's like an energy about like,
Oh yeah.
it just totally brings you back to like when you started and why you started and that like absolute crazy mentality. So, but we got after it, man. My legs were sore for a fucking week. I swear to God, seven fucking days, my legs were sore. I was like, this is,
Nice.
but we put him through it and he enjoyed it. And I think we taught him there was another level.
Sure. And I mean, watching him, I don't watch all of his videos, but just like him doing like he does a lot, he's alone. He's
Yeah.
just alone all the time. And that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a loner,
Yeah.
but like whenever you get with somebody else who just wants to fucking kill you,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the real fun is.
Well, everybody,
That's where like, I don't know, that's where I don't know, you thrive and you
yeah,
really find out what you're made of.
right. Everybody elevates like a notch or two in their
Mike, do you
training.
train at Pure Muscle and Fitness? Is that where you're at majority of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
I
Every
need to
day.
I need to get a hold of Dorian. I need to talk to him about getting some new gym equipment.
Why?
Yeah,
What are you
should
what are
reach
you
out
looking
to him.
for?
I don't know. I want some old school stuff, and then like I want to get because I know he do the refurbished stuff? Like does he
I
find
think he
old
does.
stuff and bring
I
it
think
in?
I think he does everything. I think he does old stuff. I think
Yeah.
he does
I
new
think he like
stuff.
finds old stuff and gets
Yeah.
it in and
Yeah, because I don't know, because I saw him at where did I see him last? Fuck, I can't remember. I saw him and then I was shooting the shit and he was walking out. I know I saw him at the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
and I just haven't made my time to do so, but I need to because he
Are you?
has his own line as right now as well,
I
right?
think he's starting something.
yeah.
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 Are
Yeah,
you just are you
21.
just bored with the stuff you have or
Yeah, I want new shit. I want I want an Icarian hack squat and I want a
a good one?
Cybex squat press.
Yeah.
Um those are the two.
Cybex squat press or the hip press? Which one? Wait, are you talking
Hmm.
about what's the Cybex squat press? Let me look it up.
I might be it's the Cybex squat press. I use
Like
one
laying
when I
down.
Oh yeah,
what's
that's the
that?
one. I think that's the one I call a hip press.
Oh,
Or,
okay. Yeah,
it's
same
not.
thing.
No, it's not. I think the hip press is seated. This is the one you're
Squat
talking
press
about.
is seated.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
see what it is. Yeah, this thing. Yeah.
yeah. Plate loaded
Uh,
squat press. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one.
this is the one everybody wants. This is the fucking best.
Bro, so there was one at Webb's where I trained when I turned pro. Like they had a squat press there, and that was like I fucking love that thing. Because if you're, whenever you're in the off season eating a couple too many Anadraws, lower back gets a little beat up, and that squat press was a great option.
What's the most
Yeah.
amount of Anadrals you ate in a day?
I ate 3 a day for a little bit.
No,
It was
you didn't.
Fuck me.
Are you fucking serious? You
I'd be
fucking
fucking sitting.
animal.
I'd be sitting with a permanent nosebleed, just sitting here like.
Gentlemen, might be a fucking direct correlation to some of my issues.
Exactly. Yes.
We're gonna be honest. We're in the trust tree,
We are in the trust. Yeah. No judgment.
There's another good squat press by Panada. It's just like that, but it's a lot smoother.
No,
The Panada one's
smoother than
really
that?
smooth. Yeah, it's really smooth. The Panada one.
Let's take a look at it.
Really? Pull it up.
It unhinges just like that, so it's like literally a free fall onto you.
This thing?
No, that's not it. It's more of like
This one?
that one.
This
Yeah, kind of like that. But that's like the shittier version. There's a different
Panada
version with
stuff
like a
is-
black seat.
Panada stuff is not cheap either.
No, it's not.
I trained with some of it at Vincenzo's gym in New York, and it was really nice. Some of their back stuff was really nice.
Yeah,
But
it's really nice.
it's one of them things too, like, us being picky, like a leg extension is not a leg extension. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right.
Leg curl is not just a leg curl.
I'm really partial to old stuff. Like old Cybex shit is my favorite. Some of the Icarian stuff. I don't really have anything new in my gym.
No, that's kind of why I wanted to test things out. Like I want to go somewhere and just like you have to feel it.
There's
Like
a
that's
guy,
like the gift that we all have had is to be able to go into a gym, literally try things out, new things, and be like, nah, I don't like this because of this. Or you're like, fuck yeah, dude, this is a sick machine.
Seth,
Like this is awesome.
follow this guy on Instagram. This is it. His name's House_Flex 154.
Ty,
You're-
the
you're-
head back there, he just sent me this guy this morning.
Yeah, this guy, like if you see all the equipment, like it's all
Yeah.
used stuff, but like it's all awesome shit. Like
Yeah, I was looking at it this morning with Ty.
yeah. This guy's got his name's Nick. He's got everything. He's fucking. I think Dorian put me onto him a while back.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay, cool.
there's a couple other people, but yeah, they just refurbish stuff or they'll get used stuff, and they always got all the old shit. It's better pricing. It's faster.
Yeah,
So
yeah, just send a truck down.
hey,
Yeah, that skinny face.
look at this fucking guy.
Yeah.
This guy's hair is growing back. Seth, he had a hair transplant. If you didn't know.
I saw it on the internet. Yeah, and he's looking thin too. Like, look at his jawline. Still looks great.
He's down to 230.
No, you're not.
Whoa.
Hey, Ian, guess what we just found?
You don't say that.
Not yet.
Guess what we just found out?
I'm 240. Don't jump the gun.
Guess what we just found out?
What?
Seth eats 3 Anadrals a day.
I did it
Every
one
day.
time.
No, you did not do it one time. You did it
He
once.
did it today. He
You
did it today. He told us.
You for sure did it for a whole cycle, for
They're
sure.
right here. They're right now. We were discussing that might have been
How
a
did-
direct correlation to some of my issues that I've had.
I do have a serious question though. How did you eat on that? I couldn't. My stomach would be fucked.
So I did that for, like a handful of times, like for a
Yeah.
short period of time, but it just
Yeah.
once it gets to that point, like it just
There's no point.
not
Yeah.
hungry. And then I realized that maybe eating one pre-workout was a good idea and sprinkle in some D-ball rather than go full in with the Anadrol. Young and dumb.
Ah,
I love the honesty. Don't worry,
I
we've
just
all.
picture you with like a salt shaker, and you're like,
He's got-
sprinkling
he's put D-ball in it.
9 cranks to D-ball, 4 cranks to Anadrol. Good to go.
Well, you know how like whenever you're young and like building muscle and you just got the thick neck and like a little bit of the chub going on and you're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck yeah, this is awesome." Like I may have went a little too far with that.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
That was before, I was all bearded up and they'd see
Yeah.
me when I was lean. Like they'd see the pictures on the internet of me being shredded and lean. And then all of a sudden, like they'd see you in the off season and they're like, this is what you look like every day. And you're like, yeah,
Let's see.
I know.
Let's see if we can spot 3 Anadrol a day, Seth. Let's see. Where is he?
Oh, here, go up a little bit. Ah,
Do you type in off season though?
Here, I put young Seth Feroce.
there's a couple. Let me see.
Let's see. Oh,
So this guy right there, the first one, yeah, that's
Yeah.
getting into it a little bit there.
There you go.
Let's see. This guy for sure. Look at this fucking freak.
That right there was whenever I was moving some shit there. That right there is whenever I should have went back and competed. That was like late 18, 19.
I remember that. I think
That picture there is like I was thick.
You know what? I think that was around the time I had you to my at my show and you guest post. Yeah, that was around then. I remember that.
Yeah. I was pushing like low 240s, 242, 243 in shape, but I just should have.
How tall are you? 5'6"?
Yeah. In my head, I just was living in this world of like, oh, like rather than do business, rather than do shows, I should focus on the business and influencing and YouTube. And right now, knowing that the music stopped for me, like in mid 2020, like I was like, you fucking asshole. You should have just competed one or two more times.
You know what? You know my theory about this kind of thing though? Your mystique almost grows better because you didn't, right? Because you always have this mystique of like, yeah, he could have been 212 Mr. Olympia, but nobody will ever know because you never did it.
Yeah, but that's nice for everybody else to fucking talk about. But in my head, I'm like,
but
even if I never did, I never fucking won Mr. Olympia or 212 Showdown, nothing like that. But it just would have been fun to have competition and excitement for everybody in bodybuilding.
Yeah,
that's what I should have did. I should have just went at it and created something with Flex, and like for somehow like now him being 200 pounds and me being like 205 pounds, I'm like, it's like the Spider-Man meme.
You can do it. You can still do it. Let's just do a retired Flex versus Seth.
I'm not gonna lie, like I think if there was like a little retired get together,
I think you know I got an idea. We should do a GoFundMe for a Seth Flex retirement competition.
You have to get other people involved
and give you all the money. The winner gets all the money.
All of a sudden, we go from being like 200 to 205, like 220.
Start eating 3 Anadrol a day again. Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody be like, "This is not a
no. We got to put it. We got to put a cap on it. It'd be 205. That's the limit. 205. I think we should do it. All right.
But it's looking back. That's like that picture. Like looking at some of the old stuff or seeing them, I'm like, man.
Oh, look at this one. I just saw this out of the corner of my eye. Check this out. This is the show we're talking about. That's you guest posing.
Wow. Yeah,
that's me and you.
Yeah, you were still big.
That was before. Yeah, that was before I decided I wanted to retire.
Yeah.
So Ian,
Ian,
go ahead.
How is your retirement going?
Good, great. Yeah.
You should ask them Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, I had a rough morning on Sunday.
That's what they were saying.
This guy was fucking still hammered Sunday morning. We all went to bed.
I was still hammered Monday morning. that was like a 40-hour hangover, man.
Listen, I like to pride myself on being like the last one standing. This guy is just a fucking retard. We were like, it was him and Ben, but more so Ian.
It was like 5:15 in the morning, you know.
Oh no.
It's 4:30 in the morning. We drank We drank all the liquor bottles in all of our hotel rooms.
We drank that full bottle of whiskey in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. We had a full bottle of whiskey. Yeah. We had a full bottle of whiskey. We polished that off.
And emptied 2 mini bars.
And then we had 2 mini bars. We're like, where's more alcohol? So we open the mini bars. We start going through that. We finish the mini bar in Ben's room. Then Ian's like, I got some booze in my room. So he goes back to his room, gets all the mini bar fucking booze, brings it back.
Melissa's sleeping in the room. I'm like coming in, I open the door, I like fall against the wall. I'm like, like fucking yelling. She's like, dude, okay. I'm like, I'm just getting the booze.
At 4:30 in the morning, I look at Ian. I go, what's the point, dude? We're just literally drinking to stay awake. Like, I'm going to bed. He's like, don't be a pussy. He's like, second place. He's like this, second place at the Arnold. Fucking he's like championship.
Like, that's why you never came second at the Arnold, like me, pussy.
He's like, that's why you got 6th, and I got second.
Oh my god.
6th place mentality, pussy.
Yeah, all night long he's just fucking slamming them. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, there was one at the end there that I think is the one that put you over. Because I was pretty well, it wasn't just one, but there was one at the end where I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. He's like, okay, just do one more with me. So I poured like,
we were drinking like bottles of gin too.
Yeah, it was disgusting. So I poured like this much in a shot glass. He fucking fills up this glass. It's not even a shot glass. It's like a little espresso glass. He fucking fills it up. And I go, you're not going to drink that. And I did it on purpose because he's an idiot. And he goes,
oh, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
He's like, fuck you, pussy. I'm like, all right, pussy, you're not going to drink it. So he drinks the whole thing. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
You were hurting for a minute.
Yeah, I called it a night after that. Then him and Ben ended up drinking like 3 or 4 more bottles each.
Yeah.
And
it was terrible because we'd have like, we were onto the mini bar. So they were like the airplane size bottles. So one would be like rum, then one would be whiskey, then one would be gin, then one would be vodka. It's like, fuck. It was the mix. And we were drinking that whiskey that Ben had before. That was like 50% whiskey. That was so terrible.
Ben's whiskey was gross. It tasted like flowers. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it was strong, real strong.
But yeah, so then we woke up in the morning and I thought I was going to die when I woke up. These guys are throwing up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we go down to the lobby to meet them before they got to get back on the train.
Even see.
Ian was literally still drunk. He's like this. I'm like, holy fuck, you're still hammered.
Well, I mean, I've been sleeping for 4 hours and I'd been drinking like hard right when I went to bed. You know?
I was still a little drunk when I woke up. I got up to take a leak and I like stumbled around. Do you remember trying to walk a line?
Yeah, in Ben's room. Yeah.
So this is how drunk we got.
It was weird because Ben was fucked up, but he was walking the line perfectly, and I thought I was walking, but I'm like, you know, fuck,
we got so fucked up. We started talking about. Somebody said, "Oh, I said I'm not that drunk," and they're like, "You're the most drunk," and I'm like, "Man, fuck you. If a cop pulled me over, I could walk a line right now," and they're like, "No, you couldn't." So I stood up and I was trying to go like heel to toe, and I just couldn't do it for the fucking life of me. So then he's like, I can do it. So he gets up and tries to do it. There's no fucking way. Ben gets up. Perfect fucking straight line for like 10 feet. We're like, what? Yeah. So anyway.
Have you guys ever seen, I saw a reel or like a TikTok or some shit where this couple went on a date, but they went to like a fire hall where they were doing like DUI training.
Oh, really?
So, like you got drunk in front of the cops.
Oh, that's
like,
kind of cool.
They picked you up and then they drove you home, but it was like they watched you drink, they monitored everything that you did. They monitor you so that they know how like a drunk person acts or what they act like after each drink. So, but the TikTok or the reel was them actually it was like a date that they went on together. It was like a married couple, but it looked like a great time, which I mean, find out how drunk you get after what you do after you get drunk. It was awesome.
One sec. I wonder if I can. Is it this? One sec.
I don't know if that's the one I saw, but I mean, I think it might be a trend.
One sec. Let me reshare this so I can get sound.
Yeah, I don't think.
Pin on the Reno 911.
My name is Tiana, and this is my first 72 milliliter drink.
My name is Samaya, and this is my
this isn't the one I saw, but it's a trend there. What's it called?
So when we sign the consent forms, they ask you your weight and if you want to be a heavy or a light drinker. The first hour, we had to drink 2 drinks.
Hi, my name is Ty, and this is my second drink.
What's going on,
For 5 minutes.
This is my second drink.
Started getting friendly. We was playing games. I brought urban trivia. They were playing spades, spoons.
One being you're not timid. How you feeling?
So I don't get it. What is this? You just got to get drunk in front of the cops?
Yeah. So they
monitor you.
Yeah. Yeah. So then
Green with the sobriety test. Clearly was.
That was me. That's
the
me.
people who are doing our tests were in training, and so basically they have to do this in order to pass and move forward in the academy.
Oh,
now this is real training for them, but we were having fun. But baby, since I've been losing weight, let me tell you, I was toe down. I do want to add, we did have to Uber there, so nobody drove home or they brought DDs. They do this twice a year, but I don't think I can do it again.
I'd go to that.
Be a good time.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'd go to one of those things. It'd be fucking awesome. Get hammered in front of the cops.
Get belligerently drunk with the cops.
On them,
Fuck
pussy.
off.
You won't do it, pussy. Tase me.
Tase my face. Tase me.
So Ian, how was running? Where are you back to normal yet?
Like after this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel good. I think
don't
this weekend actually made me faster, you know?
Well, alcohol will do it to you.
I think I drank enough alcohol that I like deplete, like I actually diminished like a good 3 to 4 pounds of muscle, you know?
took some muscle off, yeah. It made you faster.
Yeah, I like ate away at the muscle from so much booze that like I felt a little faster because I was a little lighter, you know?
All right, this is what I'm going to do for you. Every weekend, we're going to drink our faces off until you can run a sub 11.
Yeah.
That's
the way to go, eh?
Yeah, I think that's the
I'm
technique.
always the first one to tap out and disappear. You guys just keep
Yeah,
going.
what the fuck? Yeah, Mike,
I'm like, fuck this, I gotta go.
Mike, we had a booth, Seth, if you probably don't know, but we had a booth. Mike got us set up at a booth and
a box
at the arena so we could watch UFC.
Yeah.
As soon as the fucking UFC's over, Mike's gone. Just split.
Dipped out.
He's like, I gotta get out of here.
Because I knew what was ahead of me. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. If I stay in this, I'm gonna end up like you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, I don't want to be called a pussy.
So, Seth, I want to go back because we started talking about it, then we got away from it. What is the secret? Is it doing more cardio than you're eating, or are you actually like just not eating any shit? I want to know how you look so good at, how old are you now? 40?
39. I'll be 40 at the end of this year. Yeah.
All right. Tell me the secret. What are you doing?
No, dude, it's just it's the same bullshit as before. Just I have a routine where I do my cardio. I just don't eat any bullshit. I eat a well-balanced diet. That is it.
All right, give me some specifics. How much cardio are you doing?
I do
on average.
45 minutes every morning, 5-6 days a week.
Okay.
On a stepper. I just wake up when I do it. It's my routine. Just it sets me straight. Like, dude, if I don't do my cardio, I'm a little bit of a fucking head case.
Yeah. And then food-wise, do you know at all what your calories are, or you just eat clean?
Nope, just eat clean. I don't really. There's mornings whenever I won't eat until noon. You know, I'll just like be like because every single night I eat a peanut butter and jelly rice cake or two. Like that's the one sweet treat I have.
Yeah.
But at night, Hannah makes these. She'll make like chicken bowls or like it's meat, rice, lettuce, and like some beans or fucking corn or some shit. And it's just a super healthy meal. Yeah. She makes homemade sauces, put them on it. Like she keeps me in line because like I don't want to eat a bunch of shit.
Sounds like this is like how I eat. Like it's Melissa makes bowls. Like some days I don't eat till 1, you know?
Yeah.
But I still do cardio. That's like very similar. You're just weight training more than I am.
So yeah, the joke is like that I'm a 50% vegan. Like I just fuck with everybody about it because I'm like, I eat meat, fruits, and veggies. That's all I fucking eat.
Can I tell you guys before this weekend when I fucked up everything, I had a pretty good New Year's resolution going. I was eating clean. I found that beans are like the biggest secret. Because like I was doing the same kind of rice bowl. I would do like flank steak, bunch of vegetables, rice. Yeah. But I was adding chickpeas, and I think the fiber from the chickpeas was killing my appetite at night because I'm really bad at eating at night. So like around 9 o'clock, I would have this bowl of steak and vegetables and chickpeas or black beans or something, and it would literally like I'd be totally satisfied till it was bedtime. So I think the fiber in the beans is one of the secrets for like warding off.
I could see that.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm a night eater, dude. Like I will, if I'll go off on a tangent, like one night a week, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna have a little snack. I'll eat like a bowl of pretzels with a Diet Pop. Yeah. And before I know it, I'm halfway through the bag, like you dickhead. And then I won't eat for until noon the next day.
But is that bad? Like, is that what you consider bad? Or is it like, do you go through nights where you'll polish off like a large pizza and a pint of Ben & Jerry's?
Dude, those are two things I can't eat. They will fucking ruin my belly.
Yeah, me too. But you just do it anyway.
You just does it, man.
gotta man,
that stop you.
Gotta man up. It's like the Anadrol.
It's like, motherfucker, you don't got it in you.
This is bullshit mentality, man.
you think with that much drive you would have placed second at the Arnold, Fouad, but
No, I won't eat the ice cream. I mean, the worst thing I eat now is I'll overeat. Like I don't know, I'll overeat with dinner and spaghetti and shit like that, or Doritos.
Yeah,
like the Doritos are what'll fuck me up. But we don't really keep them in the house. Hannah's.
It's funny. I found if I overeat like actual food, I'm not bad. It's not until I get into desserts and snacks.
Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly. I'm bad with that. Like I'm really bad with that. Nutella. That's another one I fuck up.
That's an Italian thing. That's why.
Yeah, you'll
walk. It's your hair.
This will ruin you, Seth.
Look at you. Yeah,
ruin you.
So what's going on? I know you're doing this like 30 days of videos. What is that killing you or what?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know. I needed to do something to kick my ass back into gear.
For those people who don't know what I'm talking about, sorry, I'm just going to explain to them. Seth is doing a...
I call it the month of mayhem because it's just a way to fuck my life up this month.
Here, I'm going to show him your page just so he can take a look at what you're doing. This is Seth Feroce'S YouTube page. If you're not already following him, because you probably are, he's got 700,000 subscribers, and he's done a video every day for the month of January.
Yeah.
Do you get tired of hearing yourself talk?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I'm being actually kind of honest. Like, is it hard to do a fucking video every day? Like when I hear Sam,
I've never done it.
Yeah, I talked to Sam about it, and I'm like, don't you just run out of shit to talk about?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm kind of asking you the same thing. Like, don't you just...
It was, I wasn't consistent with the YouTube just because I didn't make time for it before. Like, being perfectly honest with it all, like I'd put out a video once a week and then once every 2 weeks. And I'm like, dude, I need to find a way to dedicate myself to do it. And I wanted to, the month of January, like, I know I can get in shape. I know I can, you know, do cardio, be on a decent diet, lift weights, all that. And I was like, I watched this one guy, his name was like Jimbo Broski on Instagram. He was he's a veteran, and he did 365 days of hero workouts, like those wild CrossFit things. And I'm like, hey, I was like, I kind of want to try this. So I was like, you know what? In January, I'm going to do a hero workout every single day, 31 straight days of it.
Sorry, can I ask you, the guy that did the 365, did he film all of them?
Like briefly, yeah. He'd just be like, hey, this is what I'm doing today, like just Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
And I filmed all of mine, like just setting up my phone and going through it.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just wanted to see if I could actually do it, complete it. And I was like, you know what? We should film a YouTube video every day, really fuck my life up in like the month of mayhem. And it's pretty much what it's been. Today's the 25th. So we've done 25 hero workouts, 25 videos. And it's kind of like, I'm like, okay, the content that I need to put out needs to be things that I really enjoy and feel passionate about, rather than just hearing myself talk. It needs to be things that get people excited, to loosen up their day, to make their day better, like content of value. What is going to be valuable to the people? It's going to be, you know, a funny truck rant where I fly off the handlebars about what grinds my gears. And then like a workout where I can just explain why I love these 5 bicep exercises.
Right.
Like, and then a workout that, you know, get people, like a motivational thing where I do a morning workout, and it's like, this is really what I wanted to go after.
Yeah.
So like you said, like I'm tired of hearing myself talk in these, like listening to myself reviewing the videos, being like, damn. So I want to be able to just put out like solid content. And then the hero workouts, those are really fucking bad idea.
What are those? How bad are those? What are they?
Okay, here.
Just give me an example of one.
Yeah, I will. Today I did the one today I did the Eduardo Doriti. It was 12-9-6. So like 12 rep. It's deadlifts at 275, bench press at 185, and then pull-ups. So you'll do 12 deadlifts, 12 bench press, 12 pull-ups, and then 9 deadlifts, 9 bench press, 9 pull-ups, 6 deadlifts, 6 bench press, 6 pull-ups. Like, just keep going until...
Is there any rest in between any of those?
You can rest as much as you want. You're doing it for time.
Okay.
How fast can you do it? So you're kind of just redlining yourself.
Yeah, right.
To see how far you can do it, how quick you can get it done. Just a challenge.
It'd be like 75 minutes if I did it.
No, you do it faster. You're strong.
I'd still be doing
it right now from this morning. I got 2 sets now.
But you train pretty fast pace. I don't think I think you'd be doing better at than you think.
I'm telling you, right? I started doing this, and I tell people, I post it in my Instagram stories every day, and I'm like, just try one.
Okay, so let me ask you. So 12 of each, 9 of each, 6 of each, and then you're done?
Yeah, then you're done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're done. Your heart rate will just do your heart rate. You'll see your through your neck. I did that one in, what did I do? I did it in 5 minutes and 17 seconds.
Holy shit!
I mean, I'm getting pretty good at them.
Mike's face.
Now I have a question. Is when you've been doing this 25 days in a row, have you seen like a pretty linear progression in the time? Or is it like you have a few days will be faster and then you get slower for a day? Like, or is it pretty linear?
I've gotten used to my heart rate just getting redlined.
Yeah, because at the first couple times, I'm sure that's like hard to work through, but after that, yeah.
Because it's kind of terrifying. Like, you know, after like
that was the same as me. That was the same as me running. Like the first while I was running, I'd run like for fucking 10 minutes, my heart rate would be like 180, you know? Now I could run for an hour and it's fine, but like back then it would fucking kill me, you know?
And it's a little scary. You know what I mean? Because there's times when you're like, bro, am I okay? Like, this is a different feeling.
Yeah,
because we're used to being able to do like a strip set on squats or leg press, but when in this, it's something that like few times I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be okay. Like there was a few times that I thought I was creeping up to like the 200 plus beats per minute.
The
like
same lifts every day, or the lifts change?
They change. Like, so there'll be ones that have heavier weights, and then there'll be ones that are just no weights at all. Like, you know, the Murph challenge is a hero workout.
I don't know the Murph challenge.
Yeah.
What is that?
So every Memorial Day.
Why are you laughing? Am I supposed to know what that is?
It's ruthless. It's horrible.
It sounds awful if they named it after a guy.
All these are named after someone dedicated to a fallen soldier or a fallen.
I thought it was dedicated to the animal that came up with it. Like, fucking, this guy made this shit.
So that's the Murph. It's you do 1 mile. Okay, you run 1 mile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already.
And then you do.
Mike's like fucking I'm out.
I'm out. You do. You'll do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, and then you run another mile.
No way.
Fuck.
All with the 20-pound weight vest on.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So the pull-ups automatically fuck me. Like I can't.
Dude,
that would take a minute. Yeah.
Can I do them assisted?
No. So with these, like you're supposed to, you know, follow. They call them like follow the script of it all. But then there's things that you can make adjustments to.
Yeah.
And the whole goal is just to get people outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, you know, like we do it with the assisted pull-ups, banded pull-ups. So what's crazy is whenever I did it, the best time I had with the vest on was 52 minutes. So
without fucking nuts, man.
Oh, dude, without the vest on, I think I got 41 minutes without.
You're kind of piquing my interest. You know why? Because so these guys know I started doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu like a few months ago.
Yeah.
And the thing you were just talking about being scared about, like, are you going to be okay? doing some live rounds, I was like, am I going to die right now? Like, am I going to fucking like, I'm literally going to die like with this person like choking me. So I started doing some running, and I, like Ian said, my heart rate got up to like 180, but I can't hold the 180 for a consistent period of time. So I kind of want something that's going to get me there. So maybe this is something I should kind of start doing once in a while.
I started doing this just because I needed something to switch me up and get my mindset out of like the bodybuilder workouts, the bro split years ago. But I mean, I love bro split. I love meathead shit.
Of course.
So like, I like the mix of it. Like, this is just, I haven't taken a day off yet, and that's a bad idea.
Wait, can I ask you, are you doing just the hero workouts, or are you doing the hero workouts plus some bodybuilding?
Little, like on a day like today, I did a little chest afterwards, just because it was 5 minutes, and but it smokes you because you're redlining yourself.
Right,
like that's what's beating me up. That's what's kind of exhausting me. But then there's ones that aren't too bad, but they're great cardio workouts. You know, you don't use a whole lot of weight. Some of them mix like a heavy weight with like a lot of light shit. So it kind of shocks your body a little bit. But yeah, they're fun.
Ian, how do you feel about this? You think would you ever do some of this, or your training is so specific right now with running that you're like?
Right now it's pretty specific, but it would be fun to like incorporate those on the days I'm not doing my track training, just like these kind of workouts to do something cool, you know?
Yeah, because Seth, even when me and Paul were doing jiu-jitsu, we were still training 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So like on our off days from training, we do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it might be good to kind of incorporate some of this too, because I need something to get my cardiovascular system up. Because
I tell you, I'm telling you, I'll send you a few of them that are great, just like that you'd be able to complete within under 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you think I would.
Oh, dude, you can. Like, there's one.
If somebody wants to look these up, they just type in like hero workouts and you can get a list.
Yeah. You type in, there's a website called Wadwell, WODWELL, and then type in hero workouts in there and they all pop up there. I think there's like 1,000 hero workouts.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's ones I exclude, like I can't do muscle ups. I can't do rope climbs.
Yeah,
like I can't do certain things. So I just stick to things that I can do.
Can you do real pull-ups?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I can't do a pull-up for the life of me right now. I
Yeah.
can
You
do
know that you can do one?
I don't think I could do like one legit one, like actually like legit, like good form. No. Why are you laughing, Mike?
Like one legit one. What other one would you be doing?
Well, because people call
Like legit or
No,
like kind of legit?
well, because some people call pull-ups. Listen, some pull-ups are pretty shitty pull-ups. Like you see somebody call something a pull-up, and it's like a
Well,
half. It's not a real pull-up. It's like
in CrossFit, they do like the big time kipping, like they get
Yeah,
into this
yeah.
rhythm.
yeah, I can't do
And
that either.
like you can, I know how to kind of do that, but
Yeah.
like I just haven't got like the rhythm that they do, and they get, you're supposed to touch your chest to the bar and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna do some pull-ups,
Yeah,
and we're gonna see how it
I
goes.
probably
It'll take me a minute.
I'd probably tear both rotator cuffs if I did the kipping fucking thing. So I'm just
Oh, you'll feel it. I mean, for as big as we are, if you start doing that, you will feel it in your rotator cuffs.
yeah, for sure.
It scares.
100%.
It's a little scary.
Okay, I want to get into the Arnold, talk some bodybuilding.
Hmm.
Let's get into it. We got a little
Samson
sheet.
looked pretty nasty.
I think I might be changing my picks, guys.
I'm changing mine.
Oh, you are? Okay, so we have a little sheet here. Let me just fix this screen here so we can see everything.
Your change. What was yours before, Mike?
I picked some random ass dude and put him in fourth. I'm gonna take him out of there. Just trying to throw a curveball. But
Trying to
now
make it exciting.
I want to move John up.
Let's see
I
here.
think John looks good.
John looked really good. What show did he do last year?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Texas.
All right,
Another one too, I think.
we got here. Where are we gonna put? Let's put Seth right here. Seth Feroce. So the loser of this, Seth, has to shave their head and get a tattoo.
What?
Sick.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a tattoo though?
None of us really have to do anything for that one. It's like
What's the tattoo?
we're all bald except for Ian.
You have to get a hostile tattoo.
No.
Yeah. I'll get
It'll
accent.
say HO on my
that.
dick.
I'll get a I'll get an accent sledge tattoo. No, you got hair. Seth's got hair. You can shave it.
Oh yeah,
Come
true.
on.
Yeah, we're the only bald ones.
Yeah, just me and you, Mike.
It's not
Okay.
much for us to lose.
Okay, here we go. Seth, this is the lineup, excluding Andrew Jack is out.
Yeah.
I heard rumblings that Rubiel might be out. And I think this Bose guy is out, but I'm not sure.
He's out.
But everybody else is in. So do you want to start? These are our picks here. This is Ian.
Let's change ours first, and then he can look at it for a minute.
No,
and
I
then
don't want to influence him.
Well, he
Well,
can
am I
see all
allowed
ours
to
anyway.
Yeah, but he
change
doesn't
mine
know-
after you guys change yours?
But he doesn't know what he's going to change, what we're going to change ours to. So let's just let him
Okay.
go first. Seth, who do you think's
Yeah.
going to win? Who do you think's going to win? Do you still follow bodybuilding closely?
Yeah.
You do, right? Okay. Who
Oh.
do you think?
I don't want to say that I'm a closet bodybuilding fan, because I mean I've loved bodybuilding for forever. It's the number one sport that I follow.
Are you one of these guys that's not proud to say it publicly?
Fuck no, fuck that. I love bodybuilding.
I'm a bodybuilding fan.
No, because I know, honestly, it's funny because up until like a few years ago, I was like, that was one of my things. I was like unapologetically, because I would always say I'm unapologetically a bodybuilder, because people are always like, oh yeah, I like bodybuilding, but I don't like talking about it. I don't like following it. I don't go to expos. They always like act like they're almost like too good for it. And I'm like,
Listen, I was talking to the meathead back there, Ty. He's getting ready to do the Pittsburgh, and we're talking about posing and trying to get him to go through it, and he's talking about a posing coach and this, and I'm like, Ty, I was like, you just need to go watch YouTube videos of bodybuilders from every different era.
Yeah.
And see how you can connect that in your head. Like, who speaks to you?
Right.
What body type you meshed with? Like, because if you can't fucking pose well, or you don't have like a fluid movement, don't go watching Samson.
yeah.
Like,
But
you
you know
need
what but you know what I noticed, Seth? Some guys can't, what they're doing doesn't look like what they're looking at.
No, it doesn't.
Like there's
Yeah,
some, it shocks me because somebody be like, does this look the same? And they got a picture of like, whoever doing a front double, and it looks nothing the same, but they think it looks the same.
You also need to you kind of need to know your physique and be a little self-aware. Because, like, let's be serious, no one wants to see Branch Warren come out and pose like Cedric McMillan. You know, like,
no, but
literally no one wants to see that.
But I'm just talking about mandatories. I'm not even talking about free
No,
posing.
I know that, but I'm talking in terms of like just the style of posing and everything. Like, there's a way of like Branch posed like hard because he was like a hard man. You know,
it's true.
Where like some of these guys just pose a little different. They're a little more flowy. You know, even Samson has transitions into poses. He's a little more elegant and flowy. Like, you don't want to see certain guys do that, you know, and you need to know what kind of character you play in the sport, you know?
Yeah,
I think
100%. And that's something that I think that, like, whenever I'm telling people, like, you need to personify who you want to be. Like like you said, like a character almost. Like, who are you on stage? Like, game time, in the moment, what are you going to do? Who are you going to look like? It's a fucking bodybuilding show. Give the people a show. Put it on display and give them something to look at.
But Seth, you also, it's who you want to be, but it's also who you like. It's not almost, sometimes it's not your choice. Like if you look like Marcus Rule, right? And you want to pose to Whitney Houston, you're probably making a mistake.
Let's not go that extreme there.
I would love to see that.
Or like if you saw Sean Ray come out to Rammstein, you'd be like, there's something wrong there, right? So it's like, you kind of, like Ian said, you're both right. You gotta pose to your personality, but also to your physique.
And I agree. Like, that's what I mean. Like, if you look at like old Flex Wheeler stuff, because I was telling him, I'm like, dude, go back to some of the old stuff. Like, go to old school, like early 90s, mid 90s stuff. And like, if you watch Flex Wheeler, like Flex would just and it'd be like, whoa, that was the coolest move in the world.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull that off. You know what I mean? So like, I agree within that. So I told him, just like, look at Dorian, like old school Dorian stuff. Dorian didn't move his feet too much on stage.
No.
You know, he stayed in one spot and didn't move very much. And it's like, there's one characteristic that you might be able to take if you're afraid to move across the stage.
Why isn't he just asking you for help though?
Well, he's a young kid too. You know, he does. We get together and we go through stuff, but he also wants to make sure he's getting as much help with stuff. So the more that he gets around me, and because I'm super busy, you know, they start training at, you know, at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm still working. I don't train till like 6:30, 7.
Yeah.
So it's something that I need to free my time up to hang out with the youngsters. But as he gets closer, that's something that I want to make sure I do, is take the time to, because he's young. He's 23 years old. It's crazy.
I've just found it's really strange. It's a very, very strange phenomenon to me, because I learned to pose by watching other people pose. But I find it very strange that some people, you're like, yeah, just go watch this video. And then they try and emulate it, and it's not even close. And I'm like, what happened? What did you see?
Well, it's the same thing with exercises, right? Guys watching people
that's the same
do
thing
lifts
too.
and trying to emulate their form, and like, you're fucking butchering it, dude. You're nowhere near it. Like,
body awareness is not that high. So I mean, some people. So but like I also said, I also think certain bodies don't look good doing certain things, you know?
True.
So you need to be aware of that as well. Like, and like what kind of fits your physique and your style, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even that goes for even down to the pose. Cause there's a lot of poses I wanted to do, but I couldn't because my arms were big enough when they were down. But when I put my arms up, they look small.
You're not going to do Sergio Oliva victory pose, you know?
That's what I'm saying. But there was certain shots that you just, even though you love the pose, you're like, I can't do that. My body just doesn't look good in that shot.
And it's crazy too, from off season to like into a prep. Like, I did not like an off season front lat spread.
Yeah.
But then whenever you're like 4 weeks out, you're like, ooh, it's in, it's coming in.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Okay, Seth, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business. We need some predictions here. Okay. Who's going to win?
You guys are in with Hottie, huh?
Well, I'm going to change.
I think Fouad's going to change his to Samson today.
I'm going to change mine to Samson. Let's just do that now. Fuck it.
I mean, I'm looking at Samson, looks pretty fucking wild, dude. Like,
well,
the weeks go on.
Samson said something. There's two things. One, the most recent video he posted, I don't think I've seen him look like that, and it might just be my memory not remembering his last prep, but I feel like he looks harder.
He hasn't looked like he looks.
But the second thing is,
I agree with that too.
Yeah. The second thing is, the Arnold stage has a lot to do with presentation. They score posing. And
No.
Hottie's, what do you mean? No, they stopped scoring posing?
I think they did that like only 1 or 2 years where they scored the posing, like an actual your ability to pose. I think they scored they score your posing routine, but they're not scoring it by your ability to pose. They're scoring it as a physique round.
Right, but it's the way you display your physique.
Well, yeah, but I also I placed basically the same placing when I did the Arnold in the posing routine. I actually think I placed a place higher than Kuklo, who was better than me at posing and did have a better routine than me, but I was better than him at night. So I placed higher in that posing round.
Okay, so let's say you're right. I still think the way the Arnold is judged a little differently.
I do agree with that.
Than the Olympia.
I think it is.
So
yeah,
that's also playing a factor in my reasoning. So anyway, we'll go back. Seth.
Can I ask you guys a serious question that might be like a little controversial?
Sure.
You guys might have covered this and I just didn't.
No, go ahead.
Do you think that the way Hottie acted at the Olympia has any bearing on anything?
No.
You don't think so?
If you're saying, do I think they're going to punish him? No, I don't.
No. I think he
listen, I
kind of made amends after that. I don't think any of those judges are going to hold anything against him now.
I don't think he did anything that rude. I mean, from watching the video, he patted Derek on the back. He took a photo and then left before like the next 2 or 3 photos were taken. Now, part of the reason is, isn't he deaf in one ear or something like that?
He is quite hearing impaired, yeah.
And he doesn't understand English. So maybe he took the photo and he's like, I think we're done. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
So like,
okay. No, I'm just asking. I was just
I'm interested.
I mean, look, I do know I was backstage and I do know there was obviously a bit of a
buzz about it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Going back there with him and Hani and the stuff was going on back there a little bit. I don't know exactly. They were speaking Farsi or whatever they speak together. So I don't know what they were saying, but there was obviously there was some unhappiness there. And it was probably about how Hottie conducted him on stage and Hottie was saying something about it. And obviously Hottie was a little disgruntled by what had happened on stage as well.
Yeah, of course.
Not like it was just entirely, I don't believe it was an entirely just like a miscommunication.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
I also
that.
do think that you're completely entitled to be fucking pissed off when you lose your Olympia title. So
that's kind of what I wasn't saying that that's where I was getting at. Like, like you have every right to be fucking furious. You lost.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't expect somebody to just be like, oh, great job. I'm okay with losing. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think? I don't know if I've ever asked you about this.
No, I said before, I agree with, I mean, it's a sport at the end of the day and it's a competition. So people are going to be emotional and get pissed off and fucking deal with it. If you got pissed off and left, then oh well.
Let's be serious too. Like you lost the title. There's also a variance of fucking $250,000 between first and second place, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look, I know Hottie isn't starving by any means, but I mean, $250,000
still a lot of fucking money.
Still a nice payday for anybody. So, I mean, you know, you're losing if you think you're winning going into it and then you don't, the shock of like, fuck, I lost my title. I thought I was going to win $400,000 today. Now I only won 150 or 200.
The added pressure of him having a country behind him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not just like an Olympia title for him. Right?
I don't hate on him at all for it. I mean,
can I ask you guys something? A lot of the fucking outrage that we see, do you think those are a lot of people that just don't compete or haven't competed at a high level? Because everybody I've talked to that competes seriously, either at a high level or a low level, but competes seriously and has passion for it, hasn't made a fuss about it. It seems like it's just people who don't necessarily know what that feels like that are like, oh, he should have been better. And it's like,
really? There's enough fucking kissing and hugging and fucking patting each other in the ass on the fucking stage. Like everybody's so fucking happy for each other. Like at least he showed some emotion. Like,
but I'm saying like even
he showed how he actually felt, and if that's how he felt, then fucking show it. Man. I don't care.
I felt
like half the guys in the other fucking divisions were gonna make out with each other after they fucking won.
Like, look, at the end of the day, he wasn't even remotely disrespectful to Derek. No. He showed Derek congratulations. He went up to him. He said congratulations, gave him a hug and a pat on the back. He stood there, took one picture, and then he left. I mean,
I guess I think
it's not like Derek went up to like say, "Hey, sorry," or "Congratulations," whatever, and he's like, "No, fuck you." Like He still congratulated Derek, which is the only thing I care about. After that, you congratulate the champion. You can be pissed off that you're second all day, and I really don't go. You know,
I think what I'm saying, what I'm thinking about it is like, I just don't. It's like, why are you so fucking angry? Like, what is the problem? Like, why are people so eager to be angry? Is
one thing
really
that I used to say this about Phil, how everybody used to fucking hate Phil. Like everybody's like, Phil's the villain. Phil's like, they started after he won like 3 of them. That's whenever they were like starting to kind of hate on him a little bit. He was a little off against Kai, and Phil was the fucking, you know, he's the dream killer.
Right.
And I would always say, like, I've never been the fucking best at anything.
Right.
I've never been the best in the entire fucking world at something. I've never. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what the pressure feels like. I don't know what the night time's like. I don't know what it's like going to bed or waking up in the morning as known as the best motherfucker in the world at something.
Right.
So, like, how can you judge someone based on what they do whenever something occurs? Like, I've never had that. And it's just one of those things that you're like, it would have to be it's got to be a wild feeling. And especially someone that's won an Olympia, that was the best in the world, or won fucking 6 or 7 of them. Like, you're going down as one of the greats in a sport. Like, it's got to be an intense feeling.
If you remember, Ronnie did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
This summer, my wife handed the trophy to Ronnie. She was presenting for Muscle Tech.
No shit.
And she put the trophy around his neck.
The year he came second?
The year Jay beat him in 2006. Yeah. She put the trophy around his neck. He took it right off, and then he walked off stage. That's like, it's the same thing. You were 8-time Mr. fucking Olympia. You're expecting to break the record, and you lost, so you're fucking angry. Like, this shit happens. Anyway, let's go back.
Okay.
Okay,
so
Seth. Stop dilly-dallying.
Yeah. I think that this is tough. I might not get a chance to come on and say.
I know you're not getting this. This is it for you.
It's fucking stone cold end of it.
Well, unless you want to come back, you're always welcome.
If I'd like to come on, 8 to 9 days out. I mean, I think Hottie is going to come in absolutely peeled and look insane. I think that from the front he is going to drop jaws. I think that he's not coming into this not at his best ever.
Hey, let me ask you another question before you pick.
Oh, okay.
At the Olympia, and I might already know the answer, but I'm asking anyway. Does Hottie beat Samson if we're just looking at the front? Front lat spread, front oval bicep, front relaxed, ab and thigh.
Yeah.
All 4?
The conditioning variance is pretty big. So
yeah,
maybe,
that's where I was at. I'm like, the conditioning, like Samson's presence. This is what I went in. I said that it was going to be Derek, Hottie, Samson was going to be my top 3 in that order. Derek, Hottie, Samson, just because I thought that Derek was going to come in and melt minds from his front and then be hard from behind. And I thought that Hottie was going to come in a little off from behind, and he did.
Yeah.
Just from previous years, looking at his condition from front to back.
Right.
And Samson, I think that Samson, I honestly didn't think I was going to see a video of him today or yesterday looking like he did. And I'm like, dude's he's getting a little hard. Yeah. I thought that Samson in 2 years from 2023 is whenever he was going to cause serious problems for Derek and Hottie, just because the more mature he gets and the more tissue he puts on, and the more that he conditions, but also just the muscularity begins to come out. Even
maturity.
More.
Yeah.
The maturity and the muscularity. I think that his presence on stage is going to frighten everyone in 2025. Like, that was what my head was saying, because I was like, I think that Derek would win again, because Derek's going to get better again this year. But I think in 2025, if Samson continues to progress the way he is, I think that's whenever he becomes a massive problem and potentially winning.
It's funny you said that, because somebody commented in one of the posts I posted recently, and they said, I thought you believed in Samson. How come you had him in second? And I said, of course I believe in Samson. I'm like, I've been with him for 3 fucking years before anybody even knew him. But I was like, just because I
believing in Samson, we're putting him 7th.
No, but this is what I actually meant was I was like,
someone second at the Olympia is not believing in them.
no, but
like,
what the way
you're
I
the
said,
second best in the world, you fucking suck. Like,
no, but the way I meant it was, I believe in him. It doesn't mean bodybuilding is now. Bodybuilding is a long-term thing. Do I believe Samson could be Mr. Olympia? 100% I do.
Yeah.
Do I believe his time was last year? It could have been, but it wasn't as favorable as it might be, like Seth said, in 24 or 25. Yeah. So just because you belief in somebody isn't belief just in that fucking moment. It's belief over their career, over their personality, over everything about them. So, but anyway, that being said, after seeing the most recent fucking update, I'm like, I don't know. It looks like his time might be now. So anyway,
yeah.
We'll go back.
Excuse me.
What do you think, Seth?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and state that I'll put Hottie at 1 and Samson at 2.
Ian has Raphael 3rd. I have James 3rd.
Don't listen to my 3rd.
Paul has James 3rd. Jay Cutler has James 3rd. I've been looking at Marcello.
Yeah.
Marcello is looking really fucking good.
A horse MD guy. He's a fucking.
Did you see him in
freak?
What fucking show was it? Prague? What show did he do where he was just like his debut? Yeah. He looked fucking phenomenal. And
yeah, I think still, and for the front relaxed he put up the other day too, doing like the crunch down the abs looked very, very impressive.
Way better.
I still think there is some shots that really need to improve for him to like beat some better guys though. I don't see him beating a guy like Raphael. I think his abs and thigh is still very weak, and like his waistline looks a little funky. His back is still a little on the thin side, and so he looks very bottom heavy and throughout the front, especially in the back shot. So I think he's awesome and will be very good, but I don't think, just like he was kind of saying about Samson, I don't think his time is quite yet. I think he needs another year or two to get there to be beating guys like Raphael. I mean, even me putting him in 4th, I'm on the fence of that. Justin's been looking pretty good, so I think Justin today is going to get a big bump
Let's take a look at Raphael, just since
he hasn't posted anything today.
No, somebody
did. He post something today?
Yeah, somebody posted something today. I saw it.
Wild.
Yeah, he looks
I'm a big fan of him. I think that how he was looking more classic years ago and how now he looks like a full-blown open bodybuilder. Big fan. I think everybody has super high expectations, and once he puts it together, it's going to be, yeah.
This is today.
Yeah.
No, 9 days ago. It's 9 days ago. I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I mean, look, he still needs some.
Rafa to me is the biggest small guy. He's literally the guy who weighs the most and doesn't look like he weighs what he weighs.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's that heavy though. Is he on stage?
He's like probably fucking 260 in that photo.
Yeah, but 260, we're like how many weeks out still,
Yeah, but he looks like he's pretty close. Like he's going to go on stage at 245.
No. Yeah, he might be 240 on stage, but he's 5'11",
Big guy.
Okay, so scratch what I said. I just don't think he's big enough.
No, he has a very like long look to him. He's got a long waistline. He's got kind of long
This is why people love his physique. He's very aesthetic.
Very aesthetic, but with that comes obviously things that make things harder,
Right.
Like that's a very long weight. He's got a great chest. I mean, he's got awesome quads. It's just the back and a bit of like density through the lats and like everything, the arms that he needs.
Watch this. I'm going to show you the problem that's going to happen. No, that's the wrong guy. Not that guy. Sorry, give me 1 second.
You think James is going to put it together?
James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think James is going to put it together, but I don't think that's going to be the problem. I think this is going to be the problem. Someone like this will beat Raphael. I know he's not in shape here, but when he's in shape, a guy this thick.
Justin's got crazy density.
If he comes in shredded, he will beat Raphael.
Look, I've competed. I personally have stood on stage next to almost all the best versions of Justin. So I understand how good Justin can be. I just don't know if his look from the front is going to be to where it was in the past, especially from his midsection. I think it's just not quite there, and it throws off the look of his. You can even see there on the quarter turns. You know, it's starting, the look of it starting to change a little bit. There's a little more separation. The obliques are getting a little more. It's changing the look of that front shot quite a bit. And on the quarter turn, like, it's starting to get a little bit of a shape to it that's not quite as cinched in, especially to the top of the stomach.
know,
and that hurts his poses a lot, you know?
I don't know. I feel like
Look, I'm going to move him up, but I said that 3 minutes before you even brought Justin up.
He's still, like, this is still far out. I feel like once he's in shape, this is going to look
That's
wild.
still far out. I agree that Justin will be better than he's been in a while, but I don't think that that's enough to be, because I know this. Rafael beat me at the Olympia in 2022, the one time that we did that Olympia together. Justin has never beat me, and I've competed against Justin at
that's
better than
you're doing meathead. You're doing meathead.
No, math. I know I'm doing meathead math, but I also think, look, I wasn't at my best at that Olympia, but I still beat Justin. And I don't think Justin is going to be.
But Justin Justin's best showing ever was the year he took 4th or 5th
third at the Arnold, and
third at the Arnold, right? And the Friday night,
fourth.
The prejudging, not the night. When he showed up at prejudging, he looked like he might have won that fucking show. And ever since, a lot of people thought that. And then ever since that show,
beating Nick, no, not even close, man.
Listen, he compared.
He wasn't even in the top 2 call out.
What are you talking about? He wasn't. That's because the second night he was off.
No, man, I literally competed at the show. He was on the prejudging on the Friday.
You didn't compete at that show.
Call out.
You didn't compete at that show. You didn't compete at that show.
That was the one he came 4th at is the one I came 2nd at.
Dude, the year that Brett and Samson, when Samson finally like showed up, you didn't compete at that, Arnold.
Oh, sorry. When we were talking about 4th place, that's the year that I was second.
I'm talking about the year before.
Justin was 4th.
The year before that. It was Samson, Brett, Justin. I can't remember who was the top 2 or top 1 or 2 at that show. Anyway, since that,
Samson's, how many Arnold has Samson won?
He's only won 1.
So you're talking about the Arnold that just was the last one.
Talking about the Arnold before the one Nick won and the one you took 2nd at. The Arnold before that.
Who won it then?
I don't remember who won that Arnold.
Oh, okay.
All I'm trying to say is
Bonac? Yeah.
Maybe Curry. Curry won that show. Curry won that show. Brandon Curry won that show because he was like 240. And people were like, oh, he was downsized, blah, blah, blah.
Bonac was second.
Bonac took second. Yeah. Bonac should have won. People were like, Bonac should have won. But Justin was, on the Friday night, Justin was compared with them. And my whole point of all of this, I'm trying to say, is he went kind of down. Every show after that, he never looked as good as the Arnold. So when you competed against him at the Olympia, he was like,
no, I'm not comparing me beating Justin at the Arnold. I beat Justin at some of his best shows. So I know that's not, I'm saying where Rafael was, and I think Rafael will have improved. I don't think that the gap between Rafael, like they were 6-7 places apart at that Olympia. And I think Rafael's improved, but I don't think Justin's going to be that much better that he's going to jump up ahead of Rafael. I just don't see it happening. It's almost impossible for me to picture. I think Justin would have to be at his absolute all-time 100% fresh best of like 3 or 4 years ago to beat Rafael.
That's what
I think he could be one spot right below Rafael, but do I think he could beat him? Absolutely not. Yeah, Rafael's just too pretty, and they love shape right now. His midsection's too nice. Justin's is a little off. Yeah, Justin's going to be thicker and more muscular from the back, but I don't think he'll be out-conditioned Rafael, and he's definitely not going to out-shape him, you know?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because I'm picturing the Justin from New York. You beat him in New York, remember? It was 2nd place. I'm picturing that Justin, or the Justin from the Arnold. And I'm like, that's tough.
Look, I think Justin, if at his all-time best, could be close to Rafael or maybe beat Rafael, but I just can't see that he's going to be at his all-time best. He hasn't been in a long time.
You don't see him, but he's had a little time off now, though. That's why I'm hoping.
When was the last year, though?
Yeah, but early in the year, no?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Seth, what do you think? You got Rafa 3rd?
I don't know if I have him in 3rd, but I have him ahead of Justin. I agree. I like how Justin has always made a splash. Whatever show he competes in, he does well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He makes the show more exciting. Like that's the great addition. Like people are always like, oh, he never won or this
He's
or
a
that.
wild card. Yeah.
But it's great to see him. It's kind of like how the Horse MD guy, he does that same thing. He's going to make the show more exciting because if that guy is able to put it together and someone is slightly off, you're going to see him climb up a spot or two. So I mean, I listen, I'm a massive fans of James.
Yeah.
Nothing would make me more happy than to see him come in at his all-time best, because he will then be next to Samson and Hottie in that top 3, top 4, top 5 spot. You're going to see James put together a hard, dense, thick physique, because there's not many of those today, like the same way, like the whole, you know, thick, dense white guy look of like a Branch Warren.
Here we go with the racism. We got to do that.
What are you doing to me? Why are you doing that to me?
Just joking.
Like, because you know, whenever you'd have like even like with same thing with Iain, like you expect this hard, dense, grainy, gritty shit. And like when you see things like that, you get excited. So I mean, like dude, that side tricep, great side tricep. Like I love that shit. So I'm really hoping that he puts something together, because what was it? I think, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago at the Olympia, whenever he just came in off, and it was like, son of a bitch, because he was looking great leading into the show, and that just, it didn't happen for him.
Iain, do you think Rafa beats James?
I do, yeah.
I do.
I think
James is very dense. And will be.
He looks almost drawn out in these photos a little bit.
Yeah, he looks like he is down.
He looks a little flatter.
He looks really, really flat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is morning photos, like first thing in the morning.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
I'm not going to judge too much on them. Like, look, I have pictures that if I post on Instagram, people would think I'm a way worse bodybuilder than I was, you know? Like I got ones that are first thing in the morning, empty stomach, where I look like I'm 5% of some of the pictures I posted, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to judge it where James maybe has the balls to post those pictures that I didn't, but yeah, no, I think James is going to be very good for James, and I think he is going to be improved from his last showings for sure. I don't know. I think the judges just are going to, I think they like Rafa. I think his shape is really pretty. I think he's pretty wide, you know, and I think where James's falls the flattest is in the back shots with the width in his back double and his back lat, which is kind of where Rafa is very wide, but he's not very thick. So like kind of accentuates the shape.
Does Rafa have a great back?
No, but he's wide, but he's not, there's not much density to his back. It's not like a super thick or great back, but he is at least quite wide through the shoulders, and he's got a wide lat spread. It's just not a lot of thickness to it. So
dude, who did Della
I don't see James beating him on the back shots, and I think James beats him in some of the side shots, for sure. Maybe the side tricep, definitely. Side chest, yeah, probably too, but I don't see him beating Rafa in any front shots or back shots.
Back's pretty good on the lower part. It's actually a little bit weaker in the upper, which is kind of the opposite of what most guys have.
James is very trap dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like shallow.
Also nicer, wider, fuller back.
Yeah, he's very wide. So yeah, I see him as a pretty like solid third in my books right now.
Huh.
Yeah. Can I change my picks now?
Better than he was his last show. He was 10th place at the Olympia. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Ian's convincing me. Go ahead, Mike.
I want third Rafa.
Yeah.
I want De La Rosa fourth.
There it is. I would.
I want Horse MD underneath him. I want James where he is, and De La Rosa. That is whoever I had in third, whatever that is. Shabazz?
Shaban.
Yeah.
Okay. Seth, come on, buddy. Let's go.
Okay, so put the people back up there for me, because the De La Rosa is where I was looking. I'm like, dude, John, when he was up against Labrada, if he pulls something like that off again, he's going to be right in the mix of that top 5 spot. Okay, Hottie, Samson, I'm gonna go ahead and put I'm putting Della.
Oh, sorry. Can I put Samson in first, Hottie in second? Sorry. My apologies.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna put Della Rosa, and then I'm gonna put and then after that, I'm gonna put Rafa.
Ian's got Akeem in 6th.
Yeah, it came in 10th.
I got Akeem in 7th.
I need to switch 8, Antoine and Justin. Actually, Justin and Shaban, please.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna put. I'm debating between Marcello and Justin. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Marcello.
Yeah. I think
And
so.
then after that, we're taking out Nexzilla, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're saying he's out.
Andrew Jack obviously isn't in it.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah.
James.
Then I'm gonna put
Just-
I'll put Justin and then James.
Okay.
Oh,
Shaban, Antoine, Akeem.
I think Akeem. He hasn't competed in a minute. He didn't even do too. What was the last
He
show?
won. He won Tampa 2 years ago, was it, or 1 year ago? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I think that's the
Two.
last time I remember him competing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He hasn't
Oh,
been there.
he probably did that
No,
Olympia. Yeah.
Did that Olympia, but he was like just inside the top 16, I think.
Yeah, he didn't do well at the Olympia. It was just I think it's too much on him.
What do you think? 9 and 10. Antoine, Shaban, or Shaban, Antoine?
Go
I'll make my change.
Shaban, Anton, and let me think about it for a minute. But I might. I love Anton's physique. I love him. I love him. I think that he just needs to get thicker. He needs to get bigger.
Okay, I'm gonna move Della Rosa to where Akeem is. I'm gonna move Justin to where Shaban is. Then I'm gonna have actually no, sorry, I'm gonna keep Shaban there. Then Justin, then Akeem, then Antoine. Shaban's just tough for me because he's always so much better than I expect, you know? Like he gets in always really good condition. He's very muscular. He's a little low on the detail side, but he's like not really lacking anywhere. He's like always pretty good. So he's tough, you know?
These four.
So it's like I gotta bet on Shaban being on. And I'm like, okay, if he's on and everybody else is on, where does he end up? And if he's on, a few guys are off, where does he end up? And I kind of got to put him. So like, I don't think Justin's going to be his best Justin, so I have him ahead of there. But I think John's going to be pretty good, so I don't have him ahead of John. So it's like, you know, he's tough though. With between John and Justin and him, like that's a tough 3.
These 4 are fucking with me right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, those
Because I think
top 5, I'm very confident in it. 4, I'm very confident in.
I think you're very confident in this top 4.
Yeah, well, definitely my top 3, my 4 or 5. Marcello and James could switch, but I'm pretty confident with them all being in those spots.
Yeah, I'm not confident in this 4 because the thing is, if James is off, he could be If he's off, he could be down here.
Yeah.
If he's on though, I do think he can be 3rd. I do think he can beat Raphael if he's on. If he's full and fucking hard, like if he looks like he looked when he won a couple shows a couple years ago, I think he can beat Raphael.
I think if everyone's even, he's 4th. Yeah.
You got De La Rosa in 10th.
Yeah, I'm probably going to move him up De La Rosa for me is a beautiful physique, but I feel like he always has a little trouble getting healed. But I also think the same thing about Akeem, but Akeem's also bigger. So I'm kind of torn on
bigger, but he's also lacking a lot of detail from the back that John isn't.
this. This to me is the one that's fucking with me the most.
I know Justin's tough, man.
I don't know what Justin's going to show up.
Like Seth said before, he makes the show so interesting because he could be fucking all-time best Justin here. I would put third place probably.
Yeah.
But then like where Justin is now, it's like, is he sixth? Or if he's a little better, he could be fifth. Or if he's off, he could be last, you know?
It's almost like, and I hope Justin doesn't see this and get mad at me. I apologize. But it's almost like you're trying to decide, is he able to get back to his best form or is he past that point in his career?
Well, I don't think what we're saying here is any knock on any, we're not knocking anybody by any means. This is what makes bodybuilding so fucking difficult. This is what makes it so difficult because we've all dedicated ourselves to a show and then been like,
he missed the mark.
Yeah, dude. And it's just, it happens and how you handle it. But I mean, this is what makes it exciting. Like if De La Rosa shows up like he did at the Chicago where he was pushing Hunter, bro, this is going to be a hell of a show. Like all of a sudden you're like, bro, here he is. This is the De La Rosa that everybody's been waiting for, which we all hope for. And if Justin comes out looking absolutely batshit crazy, it's going to be like, fuck. He's going to be in that top spot now too. And if you see Rafa show up where he's full and still was able to have the detail, you're going to be like, ooh, this show, which doesn't have the heavy hitters of like, oh, Nexzilla's not there. And you don't have,
Andrew.
Andrew Jack there, all of a sudden becomes a pretty fun, cool show.
Well, the thing is, I think De La Rosa is going to have to be better than he was in Tampa to crack the top 5. I don't think John from Tampa will beat Marcelo or Rafa. Or James.
I don't think he'll beat Rafa. I think he could be close with James and Marcelo. And the only thing with John is not. He's structurally a smaller guy. He's a little shorter. He's a little narrower. Things flow out well from it, but his stage like space, like his shelf presence, isn't big. You know.
Right.
So I think he will be better than either of those showings from last year, but I don't know by how much, and that's why I put him where I put him.
But this is the thing that I love about Marcelo. He's the opposite. He hasn't filled out all his body parts, but he takes up a lot of space and he knows how to present his physique in a way that eliminates the width of his stomach.
Yeah. Well, no, not on his front and his abs and thighs.
He's going to do it different. Oh, I guarantee he does it different this time.
I don't know if you can hide that kind of waistline on this shot, but
all he's got to do is vacuum it. Because remember, every time he had a vacuum.
No, he did vacuum it and I didn't like it either.
I liked it in the vacuum. I thought
I liked it better than when he flexed, but I didn't love it. But either way, look, he doesn't need to beat John on every pose to beat him. Clearly,
no.
You know. But do I think he needs to beat him by more on the shots he's winning than John's beating him on others? Yes. I don't know. I think they're close. I still do have Marcelo beating John, just because I think he is, overall a bit bigger. I think the condition will be slightly maybe in the favor of Marcelo.
Man, by the time. I'll tell you guys this, by the time the show rolls around, I might have this guy in third place.
Dude, that's what I was looking at online because I haven't seen any recent pics of him.
I honestly am I'm just blown away by this guy.
Well, that's the most recent he posted was that front.
Look at that front shot, dude. What a killer shot.
Like this guy to me, I think I might put him in third. He knows how to present his physique in a way to hide the thickness of his waist. If he's a little harder at the Arnold, I think he's a third place.
This is the only place this is the only spot
he needs a little bit. He needs more back. Yeah, he just definitely needs more back.
I still have Rafa beating this.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just more impressive to me.
I don't know. Go look at Rafa's last showing, man. I think we forget sometimes how good this guy can be.
Listen, I think Rafa's physique is incredible. I really do. To me, this is more bodybuilder-esque.
Look, that photo is fucking nuts, and that's why I bumped him up. But I don't know. It's tough.
This is why bodybuilding's fun.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's just an absolute cartoon of a fucking photo for sure. I shit my pants when I saw that.
I literally shit my pants.
Literally.
Let's see the back shot.
I just think Rafa is comparable in many ways, but just has a little bit better shape.
I'm worried about the back is what I'm most worried
Yeah.
about.
See, I think Rafa's the same.
But look at him next
I
to
think-
Samson. Like that's wild.
No, he's a big guy for sure.
His front shots are wild. They're wild.
The thing is, I don't think Rafa has got an incredible back either. So it's like,
No.
so they're both gonna like, like that looks better the way he's holding it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, tilt forward a little more, but he looks good. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at Rafa just so we give everybody fair due. Even though we already looked at Rafa, but we got to look at a stage shot. Okay. We'll take a look at Rafa, then we'll move on to something else. This is
old.
This is like 10 years ago. Let's see if we can find a recent stage shot. What's this? Does this say Olympia? This is the Olympia.
He's good, man.
Listen, I think he's got a very, very beautiful
Look at that
physique.
front lat.
This one?
That's edited, but yeah.
It's drawn to fuck. Let me see if I can find like a here.
There, that's the real photo.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This looks like a model to me. It doesn't look like a bodybuilder.
No, but he's still got good quads, roundness.
Look, he's a model.
You know?
He's a fucking model. Look how pretty he is.
Those eyebrows.
Yeah,
God damn.
If the judges all judge like Paul, which is
Fucking
80%
squirrel up
based off
there.
look, you know,
If Paul was judging, he would win for sure.
he'd win every show. You know?
No, but I'm being serious. Like this physique to me looks like a beautiful statue. But unfortunately,
yes,
but unfortunately,
this how they judge the Arnold a little differently.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, unfortunately, it's not as bodybuilder-esque as Marcelo's.
I think his upper body is more muscular than Marcelo's in some ways. I think he just doesn't have quite the same legs. There's them literally training together.
Yeah, it's the legs that throw me off, Ian, because they're just like they're thick as fuck, but they're like a little bit more straight.
He's just
He's a crazy sweep on
big
those
guy.
things, man.
He's a big guy, tall.
Yeah. See it in more stage shots somewhere.
There's him next to Samson. There was a photo there.
Where?
Hitting an abs thighs. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Up. There.
Yeah, I mean this to me is beautiful, but it's not enough.
That's enough to beat Marcello for me. I'm good.
Huh.
And that's even 2021, so that's old.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than that now.
Yeah.
All right. Did we sway you at all, Seth?
Go back to the thing there.
I'm fucking tempted to just do it now.
Do what? Do your switches?
Yeah.
I mean, this is if everybody. This is the thing is these are the numbers if everybody shows up at their best. You know what I mean? And that's what makes bodybuilding interesting. Because, dude, if somebody's 5% off, somebody else can sneak
The beautiful thing for me, Seth, is I'm here every week, so I can just change it every day until the show.
Oh, you're gonna get a text from me. I'm taking pictures right now. I'll be sending you, being like, "Hey, dude." I'm like, I know I've done a guest posing with Akeem. I love Akeem. I really hope that he's not past his prime, because he's always been such a great dude to me. I'm excited for him. Anton, same thing. Like, I'm a big fan of Anton's physique. I just don't know if he's going to have the, he's going to show up in shape, but I don't know if he'll have the same pop and density as some of these other guys.
Especially up top, the thickness there, especially next to some of these guys. I don't think it's
I appreciate all the pleasantries, Seth, but we need a final.
Well, he's got his 10's in. He's good.
I know, but he's going to change.
You're
not making changes.
I'm in. I'll take it. I'll take it.
We can have you back for the Arnold. You can make some changes if you want. Okay, let's do a few questions and then we'll go. What do we got here? Anything good? Did Lee Priest already answer all of them? Okay. Actually, curious, Seth, how many times do you use a towel before you wash it?
Before what?
Before you wash it. Like how many showers do you take before you throw the thing in the wash?
It's gonna be a lot. I feel like
3? Yeah, I thought he was gonna say
that was
like 10.
like 7.
Listen, I'm a little bit particular about certain things. I'm showering,
Yeah.
soaps, like certain soaps and deodorants and things like that. Since I have such sensitive skin, I fucking hate smelling an old towel after I just get super clean. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I mean, if it stinks, but it doesn't stink after three washes.
No, so I keep it clean. If you come to my house, Hannah will be like, "Here are Seth's towels."
Yeah.
A whole closet full of towels that I'm like, they all like. I also like a little bit of a rough towel because I
Yes.
just like feeling super dry and like
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, not big on the soft towels.
Yeah, I don't like a soft towel either.
If I feel a nice hotel towel, like if I'm at a hotel and like and they have a nice towel, taking it home with me.
Obviously.
I feel the same way. I feel that way about pillows.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
pillows.
Yeah. Sometimes hotels have really nice pillows. I'm like,
Yeah.
I should put this in my suitcase.
Yeah.
Right. Is it gay if you take a really big shit and then say it feels good? I've always wondered this.
Someone asked me. This guy asked me this on my Q&A the other day.
I've actually always wondered
No,
this.
because you're expelling, not receiving.
Yeah, but it's
Exactly.
still it's the feeling.
Yeah, it's the relief,
It's
Really,
not the pain, you know.
as a
Yeah,
man,
but-
it's like the man who's been like working hard, like struggling all day to just have that like good feeling of relief, like release like that.
that's what
the
do you
best.
what do you think? Is it like when your shit's like stretching out is it like, oh, that feels good? And then
It's not. Wait, it's not about it stretching your
Whoa,
ass.
whoa! It's not about how. What are you shitting out a brick? It's talking about like a relieving shit.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
but-
like the. It's like,
Like your stomach hurts and you're like,
Oh, you don't
fucking
think
get that?
what? You don't think it stretches at all? What are you fucking talking about? You just
yeah, but that's not what we're enjoying. When
Mike,
have
did
a
you
hard-
Mike, did
wait,
you get
You
no,
told-
the other way-
You told us in a text message that you haven't had a good shit in 6 years.
It's
I'll
actually
never
that's actually
forget
true.
these.
That's actually true. I don't even
And I
know
was like, and
I
my
for-
mind was blown because I have great shits every day,
Okay,
multiple.
I have another question. Did you get Botox?
Yeah,
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I can tell. It looks great.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
Mike.
need to touch up.
Mike looks 10 years younger. All right,
touch up. It's getting a little. Yeah.
Seth, what do you
you
think?
can't tell, but I'm mad right now.
Oh,
Listen, I stay really hydrated, dude. I'm not shitting out no giant cinder block. So I mean, but yeah, I enjoy a nice shit. I love my morning shit.
does it ever make you wonder if like maybe there's something wrong with you?
No, I'm very straight.
Yeah,
You know,
what percentage? We all have a percent. What percentage of gay are you?
0.
I'm the highest ranking cast member.
Ian's 42%.
42%.
He's almost there. Like
41. You keep fucking changing this. Every
41.
time.
Sorry, 41.
Just a nudge and he's over the cliff.
Yeah, like if we found out he sucked a dick, none of us would be surprised. We'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
I like to keep it that way, like because accidents happen.
All right.
Paul says, listen, Paul says that you can find a man good looking and it not register any percentage. And I don't agree with that.
It would have to register a 1% at least.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Right?
So this would probably make us, because I think you're right. To some degree, we all think gay jokes are funny. Like the
Right.
dude I go hunting with, we joke about because we get together once a year to go to the mountain and hunt.
Right.
Fucking Brokeback Mountain shit like that.
Right. All right.
But I sent a meme to one content guy and it says, when you try to kill your boner by thinking about two guys kissing, but instead you get harder.
Yeah, then your percentage goes up.
Yeah. I've seen this one. Yeah.
All right, Seth, what are you? 1%, 10%?
I don't know how much percent I am. I want nothing to do with another man touching me in any way like that or anything going in anywhere. I mean, I've learned a lot about the gay community. One of our designers is gay. And I mean, it's quite the community. It is very interesting. There's a lot to learn. There's things I didn't know about.
Ian, I'm curious.
Hmm.
If there's no touching, kissing, rubbing, how do you get to 41%?
I don't know. You tell me. How did I get to 41%? You literally said, wait. If I never, Fouad, let me ask you this: if we never even allocated percentages to it,
Yeah.
you saying the statement that you said of if Ian sucked the dick, I wouldn't even be surprised. You would still think that whether I had ever said I was 41%. So
It's
how
true.
did that get into your head that I am 41%?
That got into my head.
I didn't make myself. I just am who I am, and you guys think I'm kind of gay, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's why. Because he sympathizes a lot with the gay community.
I don't sympathize with anybody.
You kind of like
I was gonna say, I don't think Ian's sympathizing with too many people, dude.
No,
well, he's always defending them. So I'm like, maybe he's part
no.
of
The reason
human
He
beings,
defends
you
the
know that,
idea
right?
of gay. He
Wait a
defends the
minute.
idea of gay.
Don't, Seth.
I actually
don't
know.
go there.
I know the origin.
Don't fucking
of
go
why
there,
we think-
Seth. I didn't mean it that way.
What do you say?
He
I
said,
was
they're,
fucking with him.
he said they're
No,
human beings.
I know
I'm like,
the
I
origin.
fucking-
The origin of why we think I'm a little gay is because of the "it's only gay if you're gay" thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? There's
Because
no one,
I
there's
said,
no,
like,
no.
look, sucking a dick doesn't make you gay. So then you're like, you're fucking gay. So I'm like, okay, then I'm gay.
Ask Seth that. See what he thinks.
Well,
Well, I mean, is there a
I
point
don't
whenever
need
you get
to-
so masculine that it is gay?
Maybe. No, you know what it is? There's a whole bunch of little things in the last. We've been doing this podcast for 2 years. So there's a
no, I know,
whole-
but I'm saying the genesis of it, I think, is it's only gay if you're gay.
I don't
and then
think
from
so.
there, we point out little nuances because we're aware of it. You know.
Maybe, but there's been a lot of small comments along the way that are like, maybe Ian's gay, or partly,
Yeah.
or like a little bit.
Well, I like to play into it now too. It's fun for me as well. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
so
okay.
Seth-
I'm okay with 41. It's still under 50. I'm still good. It's no problem.
okay, let me rephrase the question, Seth. Is it possible to be 10% gay?
No, in my opinion, like if
He's
you're
treading lightly.
I
on
don't
this
think
one.
there's bisexual.
Why are you so scared?
dudes.
Why are you so scared? You're the free speech guy. Come on, let it out.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, if if somebody's like, oh, if a man is like, I'm bisexual, I'm like, no, you're gay.
You're gay.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's no percentage.
Whoa, wait. Whoa. 41% gay doesn't mean that I'm okay to fuck around with dudes. Yeah. I'm not
Like-
bisexual at all.
I'm trying to figure out how you
This
increase
isn't
your
the
percentage.
41% doesn't mean I'm like on the line of like, I'd probably swing both ways. It's just saying like I got some gay tendencies that get me a little bit of the way there, but I'm not actually gay.
That's
you
it.
know?
What are gay
Yeah.
tendencies that would make you 10 or 15%? You're extra neat, tidy.
Drinking
Oh, that's okay,
Starbucks.
quality.
Yeah, he likes
I like
his
Starbucks. I do like Starbucks.
I like my
his
Starbucks.
he likes his specific towels and body lotions.
Yeah,
You know?
You have a
Towels and body
specific.
lotions.
You have a very specific order at Starbucks.
Yes.
Not just like
Yeah.
Starbucks.
See, Seth's
I
another
guess
percent.
I'm starting to climb. I'm climbing the
percentage is
ladder.
climbing. Yeah,
guys.
you got the Starbucks, the towels, the lotions.
We all have a little something, you know.
Yeah,
I just got a little something more than the rest of you. That's all.
yeah. So like Seth is like 15%.
I like
Yeah, what are
Starbucks.
you?
I like towels. I like nice soaps.
Scented
Yeah.
candles.
I
love candles. I do. I like baking.
No, bacon doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, bacon.
What
Baking?
were you?
Baking.
Baking. Yes, baking.
Baking. Yeah.
I
like
don't know.
cooking.
Mine are probably Starbucks. Why is Starbucks a gay thing?
Because it's just funny,
You know
funny
why.
to say it. You just
You
use
know
it.
why.
you know why?
And you know, as soon as
I
you
know.
start making that order, you know why.
Okay,
So
so-
it's
You're like,
this is funny as fuck because we were going to lunch. We were filming me picking up some lunch with my
Yeah.
the videos and everything.
Yeah.
So they were closed, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" I was like, I want to go to Starbucks." I was like, "Let's go," and they're like, "Oh, dude, like let's just order the thing that you get because I have an order that's like it's 100 calories and it's a great one. It's a
Yeah.
a vanilla sweet cream cold brew with sweet cold foam on it." And I
sounds-
go
that
up
sounds gay.
exactly. So we go and order, and I was
That's
like,
what I get.
so the guys were like, I'll get, I want one. There was 3 of us together. And I was like, excuse me, I'll have 3 grande vanilla sweet cream cold brews with sweet cold foam. Like, okay, such and such will round. We pull up in a fucking diesel truck and it's 3 dudes getting them. And I'm like, yeah, I know you're gay. You want 3 vanilla sweet cream cold brews.
Okay. So mine are Starbucks. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
1%.
Fucking manly as shit.
See, Mike, I like 2%.
I eat
That's it.
jerky. I fucking
2%.
kill animals.
I'm like
Fucking
2%. That's it. That's all you got. Okay. I can admit when I find a man good looking, that might bump me up a bit.
Yeah, that gives you like an extra 5%. So you're
Yeah.
like 7%.
Yeah. Like if someone's watching a movie and they're like, that guy's good looking, I'd be like, yeah, he's pretty good looking.
yeah,
So that might-
you're up to 30% on that.
You know what though? I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna go on the
What are you
other
talking-
side. I'm gonna go on the other side of this.
What?
If you can't be like secure enough to be like understand that a dude's like good looking and not want to fuck him,
Yeah, there's
you're
something
kind
wrong
of
there.
you're kind of a little closeted at that point. I think
I think I agree. I think that's true. I think if you're so like
I think
scared,
if someone comes on here, they're like,
Yeah.
"No, dog, I would never say any guy's good looking." It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're closer to 50% than all of us,
yeah,
motherfucker. You know?
yeah,
You're so masculine, you're a little gay.
yeah.
Like you said, you're like, I can't. No, there's no way I would never say a guy's good looking. It's like, okay, there's good looking dudes. Let's be serious.
Wait, I gotta
Bradley Troy is gorgeous, you know.
Wait, I gotta read you this. I just realized Lee answered this. So the guy says, "Is it gay if you take a really big shit and then say it feels good?" And Lee answered, "Only if you try to put it back in."
See, that's what I said. It's only going out. It's not coming in.
What are your thoughts on seal rows for back development?
I like them. I used to do them quite a bit.
I love the thought of them, but then I'm like, sometimes like I run out of breath. Like I'm like, because my stomach's pressing against the pad and I can't fucking breathe properly.
Well, that's just because you're fat. If you weren't fat, you'd be okay. But
this was before I was fat, you fuck. I don't like
Just hammer.
Then your cardio would be fat. It's bad cardio.
Seth, seal rows. Do you know what seal row is when you lay on a bench flat and you pull the bar? I don't know if you know.
So I've never really had a setup that I was able to do them consistently on.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try, but I mean, I think you can build a great back without them. I see people swear by them and do a great job with them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if you have the ability, if you have a gym that has them, fuck yeah. You know,
I think all of us agree on one point, that you don't need any specific exercise to grow any body part.
I think
we've kind of established that on this podcast over the years.
I think that stuff's really good for like if people who have a hard time understanding like how to retract their scapula.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like specifically, that's like their problem, and they lay on that bench and they can connect and get that shift to happen.
Yeah.
Then that can carry over into their other back work that could be beneficial. But I don't think that particular row is going to make or break your back.
Yeah.
I think it can be a good aid.
I agree. If you're having a hard time with bent over rows, like if you can't connect with it, yeah. But if you can connect with bent over rows, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, it's funny. I want to just answer this quick question. We won't take too much longer. It's already 10:30, but my brother asked me, he said, we never talk about vitamins on here. And because he was showing me some of the vitamins he wanted to buy. And he's like, you know, should I buy this or that? And I was like, don't buy that brand shit. Don't buy that brand shit. Do you guys have an answer for people watching? Because a lot of people think, and Seth, I'm sure you've come across this in supplements. A lot of people think vitamin C is just vitamin C. Doesn't matter if it comes from brand A, brand B, brand C. They're all the same. So do you guys have any way other than word of mouth to figure out how one vitamin C is better than another?
Well, like reading labels is obviously the biggest way. I mean, if something's like,
but what would I read? What would I read on the label?
The only one that I'm honestly actually like very particular with, that like I think is a big difference in supplements, because I think you can get vitamin K and D and things, and it's still going to in the body. I don't think the source at the end of the day is like super big variance. I think it does matter to some point, but something like fish oil or like something like that, where it's actually coming from like an animal like that's literally what you're extracting to get the good properties out of. The sourcing of the fish and like what kind of fish and the oils they're using makes a big difference. Like there's a big difference between using like an omega-3 that's coming from like salmon or some kind of big fish that feeds on fucking other fish versus like sardines, anchovies, and mackerels and little fish that feed on plantation. So that's the only one I'm like, with my own thing, I'm kind of specific with. Other than that, I think, you know, find brands that other people use that you trust. And so, you know, there's a lot of good products out there. I mean, depends what kind of product you're looking for, I guess, but reading labels is going to be the biggest thing. Yeah.
But I think I was going to say there is a big variance in like one vitamin C to another. I fully understand your point about the oils, and I think you're right, but I still think there's a large variance between like this vitamin C and that vitamin C. And to my knowledge, which is not huge in the area because I'm not a fucking chemist or a formulator, but to my knowledge, it's more about the purity and the source of where it came from. So, sure. Seth, I don't know if you have any further knowledge into that, but I do want to try and answer this.
It's super difficult, I think, because you're going to have a lot of trust in your manufacturer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to be
But what I'm saying is, like, if somebody, okay, I'll give you an example, and maybe we can't answer this. Maybe I have to have somebody on. that has a little bit more intimate knowledge of this, but like when I go to pharmacy store A and I'm looking at the fucking shelf, there are 32 fucking brands of vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin B, all that shit. Is there any way other than my friend said Thorn is a good brand or whatever is a good, is there any way other than that?
Well,
to
you
be
can
able
do
to tell?
your own research of Googling what are the best sources of vitamin K and why, and then read about or vitamin C. And it says you don't want ones that are sourced from this. You do want ones that are sourced from this, ones that are just coming from ascorbic acid. You don't want as much as ones that are sourced from, you know, fucking real fucking citrus, whatever, you know? So, you know, you can do your own research, but like when there's a million vitamins out there, it depends what you're looking to get out of it, you know?
Right. But like if somebody's taking vitamin K for heart health, they want to make sure they're taking a good vitamin K too, right? They don't want to take some dog shit brand that's like 30% vitamin K, the rest is filler. So it's like,
yeah.
So I'm just trying
Yeah,
to,
but this is where I agree with what Seth is saying, in that you just have to trust that what they're saying is in there. You know, because if I look at almost no vitamin K2 anywhere on the market is going to say where it's being sourced, or vitamin C is going to say where it's being sourced.
No,
they're literally not going to say. They're just going to say vitamin 2 K2 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams.
Right.
So after that, yeah, all you're going to be using is whatever you've researched or whoever you know that, like if Seth's saying like, yeah, like I told a buddy because I know that this manufacturer is very trustworthy, and that kind of goes through word of mouth. Or if you're just going to like, that's the power of social media and just following people that you trust to believe are putting your best intentions forward. Which, look, obviously, if people are trying to sell products, I understand that's the world we live in.
And I also think that, like, when it comes to vitamins, the solubility is going to play a massive role.
Yeah.
Next week on Bro Chat, we're having a formulator, chemist, somebody that can answer this in very specific detail. Okay.
Well, I just don't know what answer you're looking for, to be honest.
I don't know what answer I'm looking for. I don't know what answer. I'm just looking for something more detailed. But I have to see it.
And you could go and source the greatest vitamin, whatever it may be. But if it's not breaking down, it's not soluble, and it's not going to be absorbed properly, it doesn't matter. Like you know how many, what was it? What brand was that back in the day that they were like, it sits in your fucking stomach, like Centrum Plus or some shit?
Yeah.
They're like, it's a fucking rock. Right. They could have had the best sourced ingredients in the world from the greatest fucking anything, but if it's not dissolving, if it's not soluble.
But this is what I'm saying is, how does somebody know that from reading the label? If I read the back of a Centrum,
you're
multivitamin.
You're not.
Right. So what I want to say,
your only gauge really is you get what you pay for, right? So if something's
it's going to be word of mouth, and then also like blood work.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone can give you a direct answer, because not all things are going to be listed on labels that anyone can know the answer to that. That's why I was saying, like,
the reason I'm bringing this up,
the best brand in the world for K2 or vitamin C might just say vitamin C 1,000 milligrams, and the worst brand in the world might say vitamin C 1,000 milligrams. So unless you are knowing, because you actually have intimate knowledge of exactly, like Seth said, where they're being manufactured and that they're using quality ingredients, you literally can't know.
But I feel like there has to be a way to know, so I want to find somebody who can tell me. That's all.
Well, but if they're going to give you an answer, I would be privy to say that they're trying to sell something themselves, because I don't think it's a question that's
kind of, but that's kind of arrogant. You're like, if I don't know the answer, nobody else does either.
No, I'm not saying that I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't feel like it's something that you can answer that like concisely, Well, because if that's something you could answer that concisely, there would just be like a unanimous, these are the best brands, XYZ, don't use anything else,
Yeah, but there is websites that do that, though.
Right? Yeah, but that are paid to do that,
Maybe not all of them, but what I want to find out is why they're saying that if they're not paid.
Yeah,
right?
I'd be interested to know that.
So
I would go ahead and whenever you're like, if you're looking at like a vitamin C product, if it's a solid, pressed pill,
hard pressed tab,
hard pressed, that has 1,000. It's like, if you take one of them, it's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, or 500. It's going to be like, I don't know if that's actually going to be absorbed into my body. You know what I mean? But you're right. Like, a regular person isn't going to know that by just looking at the label. They're going to be like, oh, I'm getting in 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
Why?
from one
Why?
tab.
Wait. Why are you saying the hard pressed tab won't absorb?
Oh no, I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying
Just saying
that
the absorption.
the absorption might be a little different because, like, at least from some of the stuff that you've seen on the internet, like that's what I mean. Like I'm not saying that this is just exactly how things are,
Yeah.
but me personally, like if I saw somebody saying, yeah, there's 1,000 milligrams in this hard pressed fucking tab, then this hard pressed pill, there's 1,000 milligrams in there, I'm going to be like, I just don't like that. I don't think that my body is going to absorb the same way. I would rather have it in a capsule form, and I don't mind eating 4 or 5 capsules to get in X amount of whatever vitamin it would be, because I think that I'm probably going to absorb that better in my body.
I don't
Just
feel. I don't know if there's any evidence that the capsule's any different than the tab.
There might not be any fucking
Right.
evidence, Fuad. What I'm saying is, for me personally, in my head, the way it works, it just might be better for me that way, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I just like, again, I
It
could
just
be,
feels better for you. Yeah.
again, it
Yeah.
could be just a placebo effect in
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean?
get
And
it.
you're not really going to know unless you are like getting your blood work done to look at this, to be able to
Mhm.
see these things actually.
Google that. I want to see if Google has an answer to that. If there's a distinguishable difference in efficacy between hard pressed tabs and capsule formulation. Because I'm the same as Seth. In my head, like if something's like 1,000 milligrams vitamin C tab, I'm like, that's Jameson bullshit. There's no way I'm taking that. You know,
Once in the body, tablets are absorbed more slowly than capsules. They may take longer to work. Uneven disintegration. Tablets are more likely to break down inconsistently, which can decrease the medication's effectiveness and overall absorption. There you go.
so it does say
Ooh.
capsules are a little better option generally.
Are capsules more effective than tablets? Fast. Capsules tend to act faster than tablets. Capsules also don't have any taste. Better absorption. Capsules can have higher bioavailability, meaning more of the medication enters your bloodstream, which makes them more effective than tablets on average. There you go. So you're right.
Yep.
But this is the thing. I don't know any of these things, right? So I want to have somebody on who does know all this shit and then be like,
whenever you're
Right.
and you know, just from manufacturers as well, like there's always that's the thing that sucks about it and finding a good manufacturer. There's always going to be, like, you know, aminos A, B, C. There's
Right.
always going to be protein A, B, C.
Right,
You
right.
might get, you know, if anybody's ever done any drugs or have done bad things when they were younger, or maybe have made a few drugs in their time, if they're receiving powder from source A and powder from source B, they're like, you know what? I'm going to combine the two because I always get powder from either one. And then you're going to be able to say, hey, look at this. This is our powder that we create in-house from A, which might be 40% from A and 60% from B. But then I got 30% from A and 70% from B this time, but it's still my own homemade powder. Like, you never know. That's why you have to be able to trust in a good manufacturer, because it's just, that's the relationship that you build. And then you're like, that's also how you're going to keep some consistency in the product by having 2 different sources to create source C.
And I guess that's where then, I guess, to maybe answer that question, and what an expert in this, I would assume, obviously I'm not in this regard at all with this kind of stuff. So I would assume they would probably say finding something that is third party tested in some regard is going to be important, you know, especially with the health supplements like that. You know, if something's like a third party tested where it's like, okay, we can actually say that their label claims meet 100% and there's, you know, their sourcing is accurate and their dosing is accurate. I think that's obviously always going to be valuable. But I also don't know the market of like, how easy to just to pay to get third party tests. Like, I don't know how crooked these fucking dominions are.
That's
you know,
that's also not hard. A lot of this shit, that Seth knows. Like, look, I know the games that are played.
That's why I said that at the end, because I don't know if you could just pay and be like, I'm third party tested. You know,
I know I get all the games that are played now in the sports nutrition area because that's what we do. But I don't know vitamins, minerals, wellness products as well. That's why I want to have an expert on, because I'm sure it's similar, but I like to know exactly what's going on when we're building something, right? So
you know how I decide? Whatever gets there faster on Amazon.
Whatever the most expensive one, I'll take it.
No, whatever's faster.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever price it is.
Delivering tomorrow, I'm getting it.
You know, the other reason I thought of this is
he clicks the Prime tab of like which one's there, like next day delivery, and he's like, first one done. Oh,
there's a brand here in Canada, that everybody kind of knows is like the bargain basement kind of brand.
Can we say it?
Well, I mean, look, I don't. Yeah, I can say it. It's Jameson. A lot
Yeah,
of people.
oh, yeah.
A lot of people say Jameson is like bargain, bottom of the barrel, fucking
Yeah,
supplement.
that's your Zeller's brand. Yeah.
The Zeller's brand, whatever, you know, your department store brand. The thing is, if you look at the back of the fucking label, it looks the same as like the back of a Thorn label.
Except they're all hard pressed tab. Not necessarily, but
Aside from that, all
no,
I'm saying is,
kidding.
yeah, all I'm saying is I'd like to have somebody on that can go, yeah, it's shit because, and give me like a firm answer.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a couple more and we'll go.
I'd be interested to hear that. Yeah.
If you found a box of everything you have ever lost, what would the first thing be that you look for?
Dude, I saw like there's a reel of going around of saying that. It's going around like about people that you like, if you made it to heaven,
Mhm.
if you go to heaven, who's the first person you're looking for in heaven?
My mom.
Again, it's things like that's where I saw something like that. I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay, fine. So if you had a box of everything that you ever lost in your life, what's the first thing you'd look for if you found that box?
My hairline from when I was 21.
People fit in the
My
box
hair.
or just stuff. How
Okay,
big's the box?
let's say material things only.
No.
I don't think I've ever lost anything that I want back that bad.
No.
Like
I've lost quite a few pairs of shoes over my day, but like not any that stand out in my life that I'm like, I really want that back, you know?
it's funny with my life. I always feel like material.
Actually, I do have an answer to this.
Okay, go ahead.
I had one of the first cars I had as a kid.
Yeah. What was
I
it?
lost my set of car keys.
Yeah.
And then so I'd been out drinking with a friend. I took the bus home late at night. I got home, realized I'd lost my car keys, so I couldn't get into my house.
Okay.
And then when I went to reach down into my pocket and to take my phone out to like call my mom who had spare house keys for me, even though it was late, my fucking cell phone was dead. It's like 3:00 in the morning. So I have no house keys. I can't get into my house. I'm alone in like the middle of my fucking neighborhood with a dead cell phone. So then I'm like fucking drunk, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck? So if I could find one thing back to me where the fuck my goddamn car keys were, because I never found them. I never saw them again.
You never found them?
Never saw them again.
Did you have a second set of keys for your
that
car?
was a pain in the ass itself because I only had one set of keys for this car. So I had to go get like fucking new keys made. And it was like a big process.
That's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't, man, life just comes and goes for me. I don't really put any emphasis on things. I know people think I do. Like I love material shit, but it's like,
but you also don't lose the shit you like, you know?
No, but I don't, it's funny. So when I bought my first Corvette, I took it to a storage place and they were putting it up on a hoist to like put it away for the winter. And they're like, man, you really fucking drive this thing. Cause all the wheels were burnt to shit. And the bottom had all scrapes on it. I'm like, yeah, I took it to the track. I fucking beat the shit out of it. He's like, most guys that have these things, just they're pavement princesses or they're trailer princesses. They don't really drive them. But I'm like, that's kind of how I am. Like material shit comes and goes. Like it's.
Well, and I think with you, the material shit isn't about the materialisticness of it. It's about like what you feel its value is. Like the things that you have, I've noticed like, yeah, you have some nice things, but it's like your bike, which gives you a lot of like joy in your life, or your cars that you don't just like pavement princess them, you fucking drive them because like that is what you enjoy, you know?
Right.
So I don't think you're like doing them because you like the material status or like the vision that people perceive you for having them. You like them because you think they're fucking awesome. You know?
Get some joy out of them. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think
I don't think that would matter if getting the same motorcycle you want was $2,000 or $70,000.
Yeah.
I don't think the price is relevant as much as like what it brings you. Yeah.
It's the experience. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Can I have my 21-year-old hip back? And so I don't have a fake hip.
Actually, that's a good one. I'd like my tricep back if I could have it.
I'd like my shoulder back too.
maybe my kidney. No, my kidneys. I'd like a fresh set of kidneys.
Yeah, get that out of the box.
Can I not have high blood pressure? That's what that was the one that got me.
Let's go back to not doing 3 A-bombs a day.
Yeah. Okay, I'm curious with Seth. Favorite TV series or movie? No one would guess for you.
Oh. man. See, I'm a big movie buff. I love movies. I not as so much recently, but like movies are like I got a lot of my humor, like my personality and humor and all that. The comedy side is from old school fucked up comedies, but movies I was big in.
Forget the one that nobody would guess. What's your top 5 favorite? Just I know it's hard to pick a favorite, but just guess first top 5 that come to mind.
I'm big. Shawshank Redemption's one of my favorite movies. The Count of Monte Cristo. It's a revenge movie. Jim Caviezel. Yeah. Fuck. Oh man, put me on the spot like this.
Just start ripping
That's
them
too
off.
hard of a question.
You better
That's not
you
a
better
really
say
hard
Step
question.
Brothers. You're off the show.
That's Mike's favorite movie.
Comedy's like one that I don't know why I have, if it's on, I gotta watch at least 5 minutes of it.
What?
Is Talladega Nights.
Oh, love it.
Love it. Yeah, I have to.
I think I think Will Ferrell's best movie is Semi-Pro. It's so underrated. It's like a budget fucking movie, but it's fucking hilarious.
The Other Guys is fucking amazing.
The Other Guys.
Yeah. I actually don't think I've seen
The Other Guys.
Oh, you got to watch Semi-Pro. It's like it's so budget, but it's fucking great.
He got your cocksucker.
I started watching that fucking Oppenheimer movie last night.
Oh, it's great.
I haven't watched it yet.
You know what movie's really good? There's one called Million Miles Away. It's about this.
Fuck off with this fucking movie, bro.
Oh no.
God.
Oh no. What am I doing?
I'm trying to get these guys.
Sending Mexicans into space. That's all you need to know.
I'm trying to get these guys to watch this movie. And I made a deal with Paul. Paul drinks this really fruity drink from Starbucks with coconut milk. And he's dying to make me try it. And I'm like, I won't try it. So the other day we made a deal. He's got to watch that movie and I'll try his fruity drink.
I'm gonna go watch the trailer. What's it called?
A Million Miles Away.
Don't write it down. Don't write it
Do
down.
it. It's so good. Watch it, Seth. Do a review. I hope he loves it. Fuck you guys.
I'm gonna watch the trailer tonight and be like, I'm gonna post it on my stories. This movie sucks.
They're gonna lose so much money because of me. Fuck. Okay, so what other movies? Give me a few more. What about Denzel movies? What about like
oh yeah.
What's the fucking football movie he does that's so good?
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. I love that movie.
Man on Fire. That's a good movie.
Man on Fire.
Denzel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite Denzel movie.
Yeah, really up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comedy.
What about Brad Pitt? You got any favorite Brad Pitt movies? That's a crowd pleaser.
He is gonna perk up.
Yeah.
Bradley?
Hey, I do.
Anyone like Bradley movies?
I could watch Troy all day.
So you don't like the recent movies, you like older movies.
Well, I mean,
how old are we talking?
No. I just haven't had time. I don't got time. Like I want to watch Oppenheimer. I'm dying to watch that movie. Then the one dude in the office just said what is it? Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. It's good.
I heard it's really fucking cool. I heard
you need 2 nights though.
Yeah, he said it was really long. I do love Django Unchained.
Oh, I love that movie.
Fucking awesome movies. Anything with Quentin Tarantino movies, I love them.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. Just I don't know. It's another one that if it's on, it's like, what part of the movie is it?
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of females don't like Pulp Fiction or Quentin Tarantino movies.
No.
Yeah, I think it's because they're gory.
Violent.
They're gory and
It's too
violent.
violent.
There's a lot of like
Kill Bill, fucking.
It's a lot of vocabulary too. It's like a lot of back and forth fucking
Yeah.
dialogue.
Okay, last time you've done cocaine, Seth.
So Saturday we did
Saturday we're banging lines on
we were at this flight, dude. It was nuts. This guy just showed up with cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's weird. You had a similar Saturday. Anyway.
Out of everyone on the podcast, who would stand the best chance on a cooking TV show? Ben. Ben used to be a sous chef. Yeah.
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. You ever crank it to some questionable stuff, then afterwards have been like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Good housekeeping.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good housekeeping, really. That's not bad. No, I mean, I think yeah.
How about how fucking what they did to Sports Illustrated?
What'd they
The
do?
swimsuit edition.
What'd they do?
Apparently they threw a little questionable things in there. I think.
Questionable females on it.
Yeah.
You mean like females that aren't
Yeah.
necessarily 100%?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, there's some kid out there yanking it and not knowing what he's yanking it to.
Yeah, but if you don't know, is it bad?
Yeah,
Like-
then
like if it's
what
like if it-
percentage are you then?
Well, I'm just saying.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, wait a
you know?
minute. I'm just saying, if it's so good that you don't know, is it really bad?
Well, then, Kay, that same question can be used to you of if you hook up with a tranny and fuck her and don't know she's a tranny, is that the same thing?
Man, that'd be a rough one, dude.
So wait a minute. Is she so trannied that I can't tell?
She's
You
post-op.
couldn't tell when you met her at the bar. You couldn't tell, and you got home and you fucked her, and the next morning you figured it out. Are you really like? What are you feeling now?
Wait. Did I figure it out because of the looks, or did she tell me?
She told you.
But I can't really
But
tell by
you're
look.
like, when she told you, you're like, there's no fucking way. You look like, you didn't believe it.
I probably wouldn't tell anybody about it.
Me either. I'm in the same boat as you.
Like, what happened to that
wouldn't
hot
be-
chick you got with Fouad? Oh.
I wouldn't care, but I definitely wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
you know?
I wouldn't brag about her or anything. But okay. Let's end on that. One more. Okay, let's do one more. One sec. Who on the podcast would have the most success finding another life partner if they had to, aka who's got the most game? Let's forget the last part. Who would have the most success finding another partner if we all got divorced?
I can't get along with anybody. I'm gonna be single forever.
My IBS would fuck me over really badly.
Yeah, if I can't fart around you or burp around you, it's over.
All right, I'll take this one real quick. I actually had to do that because
Oh, that's true.
so I had to do it.
Did you do it again?
No.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
We already understand each other. Like I'd be out, dude. I'd be living in the mountains. I'm gone.
You know what?
It's very difficult. I would say that because you got to find somebody to put up with your shit.
But I'll say though, Seth.
And the older you get, the more like aware of shit you will and will not tolerate. When you're
Right.
19, you like don't really fucking, you're not like in
Put up
tune
with
with
everything.
yourself.
Yeah.
You kind of get into it and then it fuck along the way. But as you get older, you like know like there's absolutely no way I could live like this like right away. You know?
Well, I can tell you this from watching it. The older Paul got, like before he met his wife, the older Paul got when he was dating, the more annoyed he would get with someone sooner.
Yeah.
He'd go on like 2 dates and be like, I gotta get rid of this.
Yeah, like me and Melissa have been together like 12, 13 years now. If we split up now, it would be so hard to find someone because I would know exactly what I wanted,
Right.
or like what I thought I wanted at least,
But Seth,
like I'd be,
Seth,
this fucking pisses me off. I don't have tolerance for this. I don't fucking like this, like.
But Seth, when you had to go through it, luckily you were still younger, so it's easier to get back on the horse.
I was 33.
Yeah.
30,
I'm 33.
33.
Yeah.
And I mean, whenever I split up with my ex-wife, I had the two girls. It was just me and the girls, and I was 31.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want nothing to do with females. And I was like, I'm a fucking mess. I am not okay to be around.
Yeah.
And I dude, for about 6 months, I stayed away from females. And then Bob encouraged me. He's like, dude, you probably should start talking to some girls, dude.
Yeah.
You need to get back into the
weird.
mix.
Things are getting weird.
You're starting to fucking freak me out, bud. We're talking too much.
Like, what are you doing tonight, Bob? You want to come over?
But it was, I dated girls that were my age. I dated girls that were older than me. I dated girls that were younger than me. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, they'd be beautiful girls, and then I'd meet them and be like, I don't fucking like you. Like,
Well,
it's
You would be able to feel the vibe right away and be like, this just doesn't feel right. Like you just know so much sooner,
Yeah, it's really, it is that. And then like Hannah is 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So like she was, or yeah, she was 22 when we met. She was, yeah, she just turned 23. And like, I'm like, Bob's like, dude, just go on a date with her. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to have in common with the 23 year old?
Yeah.
And then it turned out like, I was like,
You're immature enough that you fit perfectly.
yeah. I was like, I kind of
It's
like
like,
you. Like,
did you just fart? Did you just fart?
It was just, but it was, that was the kind of the great thing about Hannah's and I relationship. I never expected it to work. I was like, there's no fucking chance. And then people were like, do you know who you're going on a date with? And she's like, yeah, it's this kind of Jack dad. He seems like a nice guy. And they're like, it's Seth Feroce. Do you know who that is? And she's like, nope.
That's better though.
Friend. She's like, my friend told me you have a YouTube channel. And I'm like,
you're like, yeah, I got 500,000 subscribers.
This is funny. This is great. This is awesome. And she's like, could have gave a fuck less. She's like, I just thought you were like a hot Jack dad. And I'm like,
that's perfect.
All right, we're in. And we just ended up getting along, but it was tough. Like actually I dated just, I don't know. It was weird.
I'll tell you this. If I get divorced now, I'm not saying I'll never be with another woman, but I'll never, ever get married again. Ever. Yeah. One marriage and that's it. That's all I'm fucking going through.
I'm good to not get married again.
Yeah. All right. Well, Seth, at the end of every show, we usually say a prayer before we go. So we're going to give you that experience. We'll let you run the prayer this weekend.
Aren't you lucky?
Aren't you lucky?
It doesn't have to be.
He's like, I don't want to. He's like, I don't want to fucking say this prayer.
Wait, you mean you guys legitimately say a prayer?
Yeah, not like a real one. Paul usually butchers the fuck out of it. He usually
Paul says nonsense. The only one who gave a real prayer was Lee Priest, surprisingly.
Lee Priest gave a fucking smashing fucking prayer, and then we all went to bed peacefully that night.
Well, no, I'm into it. I kind of have a newfound relationship with God that I haven't had in a long time, and I'm grateful for it. But I didn't know you guys did that.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're just none of us are religious, but we're very thankful. So
yeah, I mean that's what. Yeah, no. Well, first off, let's start off.
We'll bow our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Seth.
Lord, thank you for this opportunity that we have today to get together and carry on something that we should all be very grateful for, to entertain the masses of other men and women that look for the greatness in their day, to have comedy, have excitement, have just a good vibe in their life. We thank you for our friendships, our health, and continued success in all of our avenues that we have in our life, and hope for nothing but the greatest that we could ever hope for in our lives. We'll continue to work hard. We'll continue to lead by example in all of this. In your name, Jesus, amen.
Amen. Shit, that was the most
He
serious
set the bar high for future guests. That one was good.
Holy fuck, Seth, you might be the winner.
Oh no, I listen. I grew up Catholic. I grew up in a Catholic school. It was quite the experience, because we ended up having some really crazy things happen at the school that it was not nice or pretty, and I kind of lost my faith after that. Yeah. And just recently, with all the mayhem in my life, for some odd reason, whenever I was out in Idaho, we were in the mountains. It was a wild trip. I'm packing out an elk on my back. It was 5.5 miles. I had 150 pounds on my back, sweating, mayhem. And at the time in my life, it was a little bit of chaos with work and just all the craziness. And I thought to myself, this might be one of the most profound places I've ever been in my life. And I am here experiencing it with great people. I have my health. My blood work is great. I have beautiful children. I felt like at that moment, there is no reason I should go home and bring any of the bullshit with me. I should come and be the greatest person I can be in my life.
Amazing.
And with the stresses that we have in life and the pressures that we put on ourselves, sometimes we don't know who to look to or what to look for. And at that moment, I felt like I was given that opportunity by God himself. And I just said, I'm going to come back and be the best motherfucker I can be. I'm going to be everything I could ever dream of and be the best dad, be the best person. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for it.
Dude, that's
And
fucking
it's
incredible.
funny that you guys actually do this, and it's nice. It's
Well,
something that we should continue to do.
We don't do it with as much passion as you gave us tonight, but maybe we should start because that was pretty fucking sweet. But one thing I didn't get to ask you about was all the hunting, which I totally fucking forgot. So
Oh no,
yeah, you have to come back and we can get into the
We'll
little bit
have
of
to
that.
do another one. I got to be on that one. I want to be part of it.
Yeah,
But gentlemen, what you guys have been doing, Fouad, with this podcast and literally inspiring, and so many people watch and get excited. I am very grateful for being
Thank you,
here and
Seth.
laughing with you guys and carrying on and having fun and
Thank you,
lightening everybody else's life watching. So it was
Thank you,
awesome.
brother. All right, we'll have
We
you
all
back.
appreciate you coming on.
It'll be awesome. Thank you very much for the time, Seth.
Yeah,
See you,
fuck it, guys.
see you boys next week.
Hey,
See
boy.
you guys.
Later.